All right.
Guten Tag.
We're back for another session here. Thank you again to the two people that are watching and potentially following along.
Thanks. Love it.
Hey.
The more the
My-
merrier.
Yeah, my friend Matt was very happy in the first session that Baylor showed up because that's the one that I played in his little one shot that he ran. So he was really happy to see that guy come back. So, all right. So recap from the last time. You guys were on the mountain, started going up around the mountain, found a nice little place to camp after you encountered a dragon. Still proud of you guys. You didn't attack the dragon right away. He was wondering what you're doing on the mountain, wanted to know your deeds, told you to not do any nefarious or evil shit, and told you the general direction of the Goliaths were going. His name was Niflegrim. He was a silver dragon, and he didn't kill you guys, which was awesome. You then went around and you were trying to go to the southeast side of the mountain. You found a nice little area that was kind of an indent into the mountain itself that you set up camp and all decided to take a nice long rest. Og was woken up by a voice that striked up conversation. He didn't really know what to go from there. The voice was telling you it would help you if you helped it. You woke up Nigel. Nigel immediately was not having this voice. Thought the worst. Thought it was a little demon fox, and it ended up being a Aarakocra named Jidora who was asking for your help to collect some items for tribute to the mountain. What she told you, the items she said, you guys decided to go back and see the dragon again to try to procure one of his scales. Because it was closer to where you guys were going for the Goliath camp as well. Nigel snuck in, had one very good stealth roll and one kind of okay stealth roll, to which Niflegrim knew immediately you were there. You followed up with a very nice persuasion roll, and he gave you a scale, and you told him that you might be murdering people in his name, which he wasn't too thrilled about. So gave you the same warnings. Don't do bad stuff. You'll see me again. Get out of my cave, and you left. And I can't remember what. Oh, you were DX chopping on the way out.
Yeah, at the Aarakocra.
That's what I remember. Yeah. So you thought about not giving her the scale, and then I believe just said "fuck it, here you go," and gave it to her. And she flew off. And thank you guys.
I still think that's going to come and bite us in the ass, but that's just.
We'll find out. You guys found the Goliaths, spoke to VMAX Skythrower, who was the chief of the clan, told him what happened to Cabadon, gave back the brass knuckles. He was not happy to hear that his strongest was dispatched, was not really feeling the alliance until someone said that you could help him with any things that they had going on that they needed assistance with. They told you about these frost giants, these three assholes, Lick, Tick, and Prick, with their bigger asshole, a cloud giant that lives on the peak, that demanded that they find this really rare, weird stone that you can only find on the mountain, to give to them as kind of like a penance or a toll every so often. And they had a plan to finally rise up and smack these guys around. It was Cabadon's plan. Cabadon wasn't there anymore, so they didn't think they could do it. You guys decided to help out by ridding them of these buttholes, and then see what went on. So you guys sent Og and Nigel to try to bait them into an ambush. After Og took a hit, Nigel popped out and shot a guy in the eye. They started running after you into this little area. There were a bunch of Goliaths and Callista up top. Everyone else was down in this little crater. And battle ensued, and you guys end up killing 3 frost giants. There was a big celebration. They went back. Everyone was happy. The Goliaths were thrilled. And then they asked you if you guys wanted to help them scale the mountain and take out the cloud giant, which I'm very surprised you said yes. I thought you guys were going to wash your hands of this mountain. So that is the recap, and this is where we are. So you guys, yes, yeah. Any questions or any clarification?
I was writing down notes. What was the name of the leader of the whatever they're called, the mountain people?
Oh, the Goliath.
VMAC.
Yeah, VMAC. VMAX.
Did he show me any respect after we killed that giant, or is he still ignoring me?
He probably gave you a good job. I'm surprised, but he's still not super impressed. Like he saw Phteven throw lightning. He saw Og run up and take a bunch of swings and take some really big hits. Callista was up throwing like fire and all this stuff going on. Then Nigel was just sliding around and poking into ankles.
I killed one of the giants.
I mean, not by yourself. I mean, that would have been something for him, but
Og took way more damage than he put out at that fight.
Thank God for Rage, though, with having that stuff. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, you guys did level up. Were there any questions on any new abilities or things that were going on? Did you guys roll your hit points?
Rolled mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
6?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we're supposed to.
Yeah,
level
level
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
sorry.
Callista, you took a level in cleric too, so you can either do level in sorcerer or cleric. That will determine the hit die you roll for your new hit points. I know Phteven got an aura for his.
Yep,
power.
I got aura protection, which gives friendly creatures. Where are we going? Conscious. While I'm conscious, you grant all friendly creatures within a 10-foot radius a +1 bonus to all saving throws.
And if your charisma goes up
that would
higher, then it'll increase that bonus. So
yeah, my
if you guys stay close to Phteven, you get a boost on any saving throws that may happen while you're near him.
Is that just in combat or
anytime?
Anytime. As long as you're within 10 feet of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
give you a save.
Phteven, you get that anytime. Yeah, all the time. Anyone that's around you gets the same thing. And then if you get to a level where you can increase your abilities, or you get an item that can increase your charisma, something like that can affect that and boost it up.
Okay.
Let's see. Nigel, I don't think really got anything.
I'm better at talking.
Yeah, we messed around with your spells. You got expertise in a couple items.
Yeah.
He didn't want expertise in animal handling. It's shocking. I thought he wanted to grow his snail love a little more. And then let's see, Og, did you get anything special at level 6?
I got an extra level of rage, and
Okay.
I got a where is it? Some sort of ability where I can't be like.
Oh, it's like charmed or frightened while you're raging, right?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
I'm immune to mental effects. I can even, if I'm charmed and then go into a rage, I think it even like pauses the effect until I'm out of the rage.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys are back at the camp. Celebrations going on. Like they have their really it's not really meat or beer, but it's some sort of like thing that they fermented that's like their equivalent of like alcohol that they're like just got like thrown around in I was gonna say flasks. They're not wine flasks. They're friggin' what are they called?
Carrots?
Not carrots. They're skins. There we go. Like water skins.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm drinking
Fermented
that.
yak milk.
100%. I'm drinking that.
You're drinking it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it.
Fermented yak milk? Definitely yak milk.
Okay, Nigel, Constitution saving throw.
Knew that was coming.
Of course you did.
Oof. 9.
9? Okay, yeah, you're feeling this pretty quickly. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's you're just talking, more so talking than Nigel talks. He's just like open to everyone. Like you're messing up your tricks. Like you're trying to do, look at these cards. Well, that was a trick. Look at that. No one's impressed. Like the kids, like the small Goliaths are entertaining you, but yeah, the bigger ones they don't care at all. They've got food that they've roasted up. It's just a big celebration. They've got a drum circle going. The like 3 Goliaths that are musically inclined are sitting there like beating on drums that they've made from creatures they've killed on the mountain. just big old fires, having a good time. Like this is something they didn't think they'd be able to accomplish anymore with Kabadon gone, and all of a sudden, hey, we killed these frost giants, and now we're gonna go take out this asshole who's been a pain in our asses this whole time. Let's see. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do? Nigel's already drunk.
I'm like yelling into my hat, asking all the those like deep conversations you only have when you're drunk. I'm having like a one-sided conversation with my hat.
Why don't these Goliaths like me?
Yeah, I did everything they wanted. We killed the other giants. These fucking assholes. I'm gonna kill this big giant. Fuck them.
Let's see.
VMAX not my dad. Do what I want.
So, I had something I kind of wanted to ask the Goliaths about, but I don't know if it would be too in character for Og to do it.
Okay.
So I was curious, one, what the Goliath's relationship with Niflegrim is, and two, if he might be so inclined to help with fighting the Cloud Giant, or if he would consider that, part of his, law and order type thing. He just doesn't want fighting, period. So
Yeah. I think Og. I don't think that's too out of character for Og. Og met the dragon. Dragon said, "Don't do bad stuff," and the Goliaths have been on this mountain for however long they've been here. Like, do they know
respect the Goliaths as far as we could tell?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely talk to VMAC or someone else about it.
Okay. I guess first I'll try some of the same stuff that the fermented
Constitution saving throw. Anytime you guys drink, con save.
Okay, I'm gonna try using the D&D Beyond stuff to see if it helps my crap.
Digital dice, see if they fuck you.
Hey, 17 plus 6 for con save.
Yeah, you're fine. You're
it should be
totally
good.
fine. It's like, it's Og. I think Og more than anyone else is the one that enjoys it the most. Just because I don't think Og's. Yeah, I don't think Og's palate is super high. But yeah, you like it. It makes your throat and your tummy tingly, and it's yeah. You wanna go talk to VMAC?
Yeah, I'll go make my way towards VMAC.
He's just he's having a drinking competition right now with another one. They're like sitting there and they got these like big freaking like tankards, and he's just like, and they're just like going to town. It's like going down his face and everything. He slams it down. He wins easily. He shoves the guy away, takes the rest of his tankard and drains it. He's just like, he's having a good time. And he sees you walk up and he says, "Oh, half orc. Yes, the one who can withstand the giant's wrath. How are you tonight? It's a joyous occasion."
Og doing well. I'll tip my tankard to him.
He just like slams it into his and like goes back again.
Yeah, I'll go join him. Yes, drinking a little bit.
Cool.
So after we've kind of shared a drink, let's see, how would Og phrase this? Og's not a subtle man, so I guess Og will just spit it out like, Og wondering, we met Dragon Nifl something.
Oh yes, Niflegrim.
He seemed decent as far as dragons go.
He has never once been a problem for us.
You think he help us fight Frost Giant or Cloud Giant?
Oh, I don't think we need to enlist the help of a dragon. Look what we've accomplished on our own.
We don't. Penguin, you prick!
You don't know what you are.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I refer to myself as a penguin.
He doesn't know where the voice is coming from, but he hears it and he's looking around.
Fuck you, buddy.
Do that again. He still's looking. Where's his voice?
Coming from Nigel's hat.
But he just don't you see what we have accomplished? He's like hitting you in the chest and hitting like what we have accomplished. There were 3, not one. One frost giant on its own could topple the best of warriors, but 3 we banded together and we destroyed 3 frost giants. We don't need a dragon for 1 cloud giant.
Okay. Og feels like this is a smart conclusion to come to, so he agrees with them. It says, yes, Og agree.
Says, Og, we have talked after the battle. I've spoken to some of my brothers, and we are very appreciative that you have returned Cabadon's weapon to us. However, Cabadon was his methods were different than all of ours. No one here is going to use these weapons. But with your skill that you have shown, we wondered if you would honor us by taking the weapons of him and his tribe around to where you were going and decimate many foes with them in our name.
Interesting.
He's got the brass knuckles out in his hands. And he's wondering if you'll take them and use them.
Like, sure. Like, yeah, I was like, ooh, shiny.
Okay. Cool.
Clink, 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 clink.
He says,
I just love the idea of like the rest of the night, all drunk, just smashing his knuckles together.
So yeah, he just says,
Look, bird
oh,
sparks.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now,
Mountain.
yes, that would. Cabadon always told us stories that he did the same thing. None of us witnessed him, but he was the only one able to use these to their full potential. No one else here. He's tried, and it just we did not understand them. And maybe his nature was different from all of ours, but you seem to have the same kind of spirit as Cabadon. So maybe you can get these to work the way that he did.
Thank you. Og appreciate very much.
And now I will appreciate if you take this, and he gives you another big tankard. And he says, join me in another drink. And he grabs you on the shoulder and brings you over to the table that he was having a drinking contest with and sits you on the other side. And he's getting ready to challenge you to a drinking contest.
I'll try. I feel like I'm probably going to be on the losing end of a drinking contest with a Goliath, but
Okay, let's see. Let's how would you drink this quickly enough? Let's just say both of you guys, do Constitution again. Might as well do Constitution. See how much you can relax your throat and let it go down and not choke.
It's the worst way to say it.
How else am I gonna describe that?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. All right, here comes VMAC. Heyo. What'd you get on?
12 plus 6, so 18.
Oh, he gets a 22. So it's like at the very beginning, you guys are going, and you can tell he's like sitting there. And he's like not really. He's just kind of watching you more so. He's kind of toying with you. And he puts it down for a second, and he goes, "I've had enough." And he just throws it, and he's done. He slams it down, and looks at and do you put yours down or do you finish it?
Oh, I finish it.
Okay, cool.
I mean, unless he takes it from me to finish it.
No. I was gonna say if you gave up and just put it down, I was gonna do something. Either way, you finish it, and you put it. And he goes, "Oh, good try, but not good enough." And he slams the tankard off the table across the floor, and goes on. So does anyone else want to do anything in particular? Questions to ask, or are you just reveling and having a good time?
Steven is having a good time, but he is kind of seeing all the joyous celebration, and he's not partaking in the alcohol, but he is looking to see if he sees these competitions that are drinking games and that he wants to see if there's anybody that's willing to challenge them to a friendly game of maybe not arm wrestling, something physical, like a physical challenge to, I don't know, just
Okay.
We
You don't want to
all-
arm wrestle. What's another physical game that
Well,
you?
and that's kind of what I was
wanna
thinking. Is like,
you want to
is an
wrestle
arm wrestling?
someone?
Is an
You
arm
want to
wrestling?
wrestle someone?
Yeah, I do. I kind of want to wrestle somebody just
You want to wrestle someone?
for shits and giggles. What the hell?
Okay.
Why
One of the
not?
Goliath,
Okay.
please.
One of the Goliaths, because I'm a goblin. I'm trying to prove myself. We had a great battle, and we wanted to.
Okay.
So do we
Anyone in
see Steven
particular? Or
just strip down and start oiling himself?
well, I don't know. Are you? Yeah. You keeping your armor on, or are you? What's going on?
I'm going to. I've got my armor off.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what there's like the Greeks of yore. You know
Okay.
the ones I'm talking about.
Okay. Is there a particular Goliath you've had your eye
I'm
on,
not,
or are you
not,
going?
not.
Or are you just
I
gonna
don't
like
know
kick
any
a
of the
random
other
one in the ass? What are we doing?
I'm. Can I do like a perception roll to see if there's somebody that looks like they would be game for that, or?
From what you can tell from all these guys at the time, that like with the drinking contest and them like shoving each other and shit. If you in particular go up and be like, "You want to wrestle?" They're gonna probably laugh their asses off, and then probably draw a crowd because they're like, "Oh, this tiny baby goblin want to wrestle."
That's, and that's what I'm looking to do. I guess.
Okay.
How about Og fight wrestles him first? Maybe loosen up the Goliaths a little bit.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Og, it depends because Og, you were over here doing all this stuff with
well,
the
I
VMAX.
could see. Are you
True, yeah, I'm
done
kind
with
of
your?
over
Are you
drinking
done
still.
with your? Well, and I can't. That's kind of what got Steven's mind sparked. He saw you having a drinking contest, and he's like, I don't think I could keep up alcohol, but I think I feel strong enough. I feel like we had a great battle, and that Phteven can.
I love that he's got short man syndrome.
He does.
I love
he does.
it
Absolutely.
So much.
Well, to give you an idea, like the tankard that they were using to like in the contest was like half your size.
yeah.
So this thing was like big. Which
Yeah.
Og, do another con save because you drained another one.
Okay.
Difficulty's going up now.
Ooh, nat 20.
You
The best at
boy.
drinking.
Yeah.
Og eats the tankard afterwards.
Takes a chunk out of it. Okay. So Phteven, you're going around looking at sizing up some of these Goliaths.
Yes.
Okay. You gonna fight one of the children?
Well, I don't know if Phteven would know necessarily the difference between, like, yeah, it looks like an adult to him. Go for it. He's not old.
Yeah.
Phteven isn't. So he's gonna try and find one that looks like they're maybe in between one of the little kids that are still very much taller than him, but not quite VMAX size.
Okay. Well, yeah, VMAC towers over all of them, so he's but he's also pretty hammered. So depends on what you want to do. All right. So you look around and you see there's a group of like 3 Goliaths around like a smaller fire, and they're just like bullshitting and showing off weapons and like talking about how they like, I threw a boulder at that one, I hit him in the head, and like just like recounting the battle. Paying you no attention.
Excuse me.
They
gentlemen.
look like around. Not saying anything yet.
Down here.
Like, ugh.
Stilts for Stephen.
Yes. I was listening to your stories, and I was there at that battle. Did you see me?
What do you want?
I'm seeing these games of challenge, and I would like to challenge one of you to a wrestling match.
They just look at each other and look down at you, and they just all start laughing their heads like, baby goblin want to wrestle.
Are you scared?
Baby goblin.
Are you scared?
Oh yes, I'm also afraid of that tree. I'm afraid of that pebble on the floor too. I'm very, very afraid. Yes.
Well then.
Oh please no.
Why don't you try then?
Don't take that shit off that Goliath.
Looks around. Who's that?
You heard him. Don't be what they call a pussy.
Oh shit, Goliath, you big dumb idiot! That little goblin called you a pussy.
It's just for fun. Well, nobody needs to get hurt. I feel like I could take you down.
All right.
You gonna let that little person say that to you?
He says, "Yeah, it's gonna be real fun breaking your legs." And he walks around. He takes his battle axe and he makes a circle in the sand. And the other two are like going off and like drawing a crowd, like, "Oh, this little goblin wants to wrestle him." And he goes around. He makes a big old circle. And he throws all of his weapons off. And he doesn't really have any armor. He just has like some pelts and things on him. He'll take those off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's standing up. He's like 4 feet over you,
Yeah.
just looking down at you.
This is the challenge I like.
And he says, "Shall I get on my knees?
No.
Would that make you happy?"
No. If you feel like you need to.
Tell him that's what he made your mother do last night.
Now, voice. So he's sitting there. He says, "I'm waiting."
I guess I'll make my way towards him.
Okay.
Do I roll?
What are you trying to do? You trying to you attacking his kneecap?
Grapple
Trying to
him.
jump on his face? What are you doing?
Yeah, I wanna try and dart between his legs and
All right,
crawl
I'll tell you
up his
what.
back.
All right, let's do here. I'm gonna roll all these at the same time. You can do the same thing too. Or you can do 1 at a time with it. We're gonna do 3 separate contested athletics checks.
Athletics check. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you are gonna get a disadvantage because you are so much smaller than this dude.
Have they been drinking?
Yeah.
I have not.
They're used to this. They're used to drinking as much. No, you're tiny, so they've got. You're gonna have a -2 to your rolls.
A -2.
Yes,
All right.
-2.
Athletics checks?
This guy, athletics checks.
All right, and we're doing 3.
3 separate. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll these. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3. All right,
All right.
here they go. What would a Goliath's athletics be? I'm gonna say it's that. Okay. All right, ready? Here you go.
Yeah. First is a 22.
Okay. So you get even with the negative?
Oh wait, 20.
Okay.
30, 20.
All right. Okay. So you like grab at his knee and you're like trying to like get up his body, and he's just like, he's not even trying yet. He's like looking around, just like kind of pointing. This guy like, "Oh, baby goblin, watch out." Oh, throwing his hands up in the air. Oh no. And you start kind of getting up his side. You get like your feet planted like on his patella and go to jump up, and he just like grabs you by the chest with both of his hands and throws you to the ground.
Okay.
And just kind of goes like,
right.
"Ooh."
You gotta do better than that. Don't let him spank you again.
All right, the second one is a 20, 25 -2, that's a 23.
Okay. All right. So his back's to you. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing all this. Oh, no." And I'm going to say you run straight at him, and you just kind of chop the back of his knee.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes down to one knee, and you kind of get on his back, and you're like, so you're kind of around his head.
Okay.
Doing stuff, and he's doing that shit.
And the last one is a, hold on 1 second. It is a 7, 25, 22.
That's it. Put your balls in his mouth.
This is wrestling like the Greeks, if you
Come
want.
on.
All right, so you're on his back, and you like got him in a hole, and he's like trying to like get you off his neck, like you somehow just got like the perfect like grip on him. Let's see what happens here. Well, I'll grab another one, I guess. Okay, so he's going, he's trying to get you off, and and like it's almost he can't get your tiny arms from around his neck. Like it's just like you're probably got like your entire like reach around him, just like going.
Legs and arms,
legs and arms
time.
both, just like around his neck.
It's like trying to strangle someone with piano wire. Like, it's into his neck, so he can't get like under it.
So he's sitting there, he's like trying to get you off and like trying to like one arm's on your hands and one arm's like trying to break your thing and everything. And everyone's kind of laughing around him doing all that. And he's just like throwing you around doing it. He's not going to the ground, but he's just like, you're almost at a stalemate because he can't get you off his neck. So just like going on, like, this isn't funny. This isn't funny. Oh.
I thought this was funny to you.
So,
I thought this was funny. So
Yeah.
funny doesn't come and get you, huh?
Okay. All right, do one more. And
That's
we'll see
not how we played
we'll
this
do one more and
game.
see how it ends. All right.
Oh, 6 to 20. I still get the disadvantage?
Yeah, the whole time.
24.
24,
Yeah.
he falls to the ground. Yeah, he's you choke him out. And he just drops.
And then when he drops, Phteven crawls off of him and steps over him and kind of does this
Okay.
and walks away. Good show. Good show.
Yeah, the Goliaths are just watching, just like wide-eyed, like what the hell just happened? And they like, slapping the guy in the back of the head, trying to wake him up. A couple of the kids are like, that was awesome. They're not that high. They're just like, that was awesome.
Right. Right.
They hit puberty too. That was awesome. Can you teach me that?
Absolutely. Absolutely, if you'd like to.
So any of the kids that Nigel was trying to entertain, they just flock over to
Oh,
Steve,
dude, I'm
and they're
so
trying
like, if I'm drunk at this point, I'm just shooting, like doing finger guns into the air, just shooting off fireworks.
lightning from my hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Lightning from my hands. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. So we got Nigel, we got Og, we got Phteven. Callista, you doing anything during the revelries?
I'm watching all these fools make fools of themselves. It's
He's
a
watching?
very amusing
Okay.
show.
Okay, cool. So yeah, the night goes on. Everyone eventually falls asleep because in the morning, the majority of you guys are going to go try to climb the peak and go to the Cloud Giants castle. So let's see. Nigel got drunk and Og got drunk. Well, Nigel, you failed bad, didn't you? You just had one. Did you keep drinking?
No, that one was all I needed.
Okay. I feel like Nigel would have kept drinking. That's okay.
I think well, one would have been like this big. That would have been like 5 for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I drank the entire
If it was
thing.
4 feet tall,
Yeah.
he could fit inside.
Okay.
it. Swimming inside
Og,
it.
yeah. Og had a couple good con saves, and he had, I think, one at the end that wasn't the great. Or no. You had 2 really good ones, didn't you?
Yeah, my worst
took a
one
That's
was
right.
like an
That's right. Yeah,
18,
Og,
so-
like you're a little like fuzzy headed, but like you're not gonna have any ill effects. Nigel, you're not feeling the greatest when you're up. Like it might take like you're hungover. You're a bit hungover. So yeah, you guys are getting ready. It's kind of the same thing as the last time. A band of Goliaths are going to go with you. It's not going to be the entire clan because there are some that are younger. There are some that they want to leave and like keep an eye on all their stuff. So
Yeah, just in
they
case everyone
say,
gets wiped, it wouldn't be a good thing to send.
yeah. So they let you guys know that it's going to be at least a day to try to get all the way up to the peak. Just with the roads that they take, with the amount of people that they have. Are you guys taking your horses? Or are you leaving them with the Goliaths?
Not unless they recommend we do. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to.
Yeah, with they say that 2 things can account for why they would suggest not. One is if the paths get super narrow, the horses could potentially trip, fall, take you guys with them. And 2, if the weather is super bad, then you just may lose the horses due to not being able to
as long
see
as
if
they
they're
have
freaking
somebody
out.
that can take care of the horses to some extent, I think that's.
Would we be
I'd
able to
fine
even
with
leave
leaving
the
them
island
there.
with the horses? Oh,
Yeah.
there are horses.
There
Never
are
mind.
horses. We were
Yeah, they're the
given,
We
ones.
didn't
Yeah.
find them. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they were supplied with you from Lady Shrewsbury on the ship. So, okay, you guys are gonna go. Just write down that you have the brass knuckles. We can go into it later if you
I
want
wrote
to.
fancy brass knuckles down.
Fancy brass knuckles. If you want to try them out at any point while you're on this mountain, you can.
I might like just put them on, kind of put them on, make sure they fit. Maybe like punch a tree a few times.
Okay.
See how it
So
feels.
just the regular like there's something special to these just from what VMAC was telling you. He doesn't really know exactly what it is. So they are probably magical in some sense. You just don't know yet. The regular damage is just going to be a D6 bludgeoning damage plus your strength
Plus
modifier.
strength, I'd imagine, yeah.
Yeah, barbarians are like all martial weapons they're proficient with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just add all that to it. So it'll be a D6 of damage plus your strength. And it does give you, so you can like do the little 1-2. You can like attack once and do another with the offhand to do your bonus action on that. So yeah, you guys get going. They know exactly pretty much where they're headed. No one there has ever been to the castle. They haven't needed to. They just know where he is, on what point in the mountain. But they're pretty confident they can get up there. So you guys set out. You get going, and everyone do a survival. See how well you follow along, traverse the mountain.
Oh, survival.
Can I assist someone?
No, it's for everyone.
19.
This isn't going to be like you're going to fall and die. This is just like to see how
22.
well.
Oh, 20.
20.
Man, digital
6.
dice are a lot better than my physical ones.
All right, so 6, 20,
5.
5,
19.
19. Okay. And this goes for like the group does well, then like, you know, if the average is good, then everyone's going to go. So yeah, the group does well. Like Phteven and Callista, you're just having some issues, whether it's be just, you know, finding your footing. You know, if you're going a little slow, maybe some of the Goliaths are kind of like nudging past you, trying like telling you to hurry up. But yeah, it's just not the easiest going, but with everyone kind of working together, you're making headway up there. When you guys left, when you got up and left, this was like the nicest weather that was on the mountain that you've seen. And even some of the Goliaths are just kind of confused by it. Like, VMAC tells you guys that the weather that's going on right now is very abnormal for kind of the season that they're in. So he's very happy that you know, visibility is good, the winds aren't very high, there's not a lot of snow, but he's just kind of like that's kind of strange. So you guys go along for a couple hours, kind of making your way up. Do another survival for me.
19.
19.
11.
6.
Again, with your powers combined. So yeah, Phteven and Callista, you guys are kind of finding your way a little bit better about going like, yeah, okay, if I step, I shouldn't step there. This one is good. Last time here, I almost fell on my ass. Nigel and Og, you're still, the cloudiness is just like you're hitting some things, like going, stumbling a little bit here and there. You guys are still making good time. And it's let's say you guys left, everyone was hammered, so you guys probably left like midday. Do one more and let's see how far you get before they say, hey, let's maybe stop here for the night.
9.
14.
23.
Okay. Man. It's like bipolar how you guys are rolling sometimes. Yeah, you guys with the kind of stumbles that were made throughout the day, you guys are maybe at like 3/4 of the way there from what they can kind of guess. They wish they would have gotten further. A lot of the Goliaths aren't too thrilled that you guys were slowing them down a bit, but it is what it is, and they're just going to say we're staying here for the night. And they set up.
Orc, not Og City half
Yeah.
Not mountain half orc.
So let's see. They didn't really bring any tents or anything like that. They basically just have, like, if they do have some bedrolls or just some pelts that they put down, they do set up a couple fires, and then they set up like this person's going to be this person's going to be this watch. Do you guys want to assist in any watching, or do you guys want to say the Goliath's got it, I'm going to sleep all night?
I'll ask if they want us assistance or offer.
Okay. Yeah, they accept whoever wants to because all you guys can see in the dark, which they,
I'll help.
are appreciative.
Phteven will help. He'll
Okay.
take a watch.
All right, I'll do a quick one of these. Okay. The night's got Nigel. Are you sleeping it off?
Oh yeah, I'm just sleeping it off. I puked a couple times on the trail.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys settle down. Nigel falls asleep pretty quickly. Phteven and Og, you guys are keeping watch a couple hours throughout the night. Callista, are you sleeping?
Getting my beauty rest.
Getting the beauty rest. Okay. Not a whole lot happens. Like there are some noises. Like you guys are so high up that any wildlife that you encountered or think that you would think that would be on the mountain, whether they be dangerous or not, are probably a little bit lower on the elevation. So there's not a lot that would come up here unless it flies or unless it's something that you just haven't heard of before.
Okay.
So night goes through, like you hear things, you don't necessarily see things, and then nothing tries to attack. So you guys are good. Everyone is rested, good to go. Hangovers are gone. You guys start to get up, and as you're kind of putting things together and packing all your things up, the weather starts pretty quickly changing for the worse. Like at once it was just like, wow, there's nothing. Like I imagined that we would gotten some gusts being high up where we are, some fog or just whatever, and it just starts coming in quick. Clouds start forming, wind picks up, it's snowing, visibility is a lot lower, so the Goliaths don't put out the fire all the way. They keep torches for themselves, so they can try to see a little bit better. And they tell you, like, we need to go now, and we need to get to the peak before we get lost in this.
Works for me.
Let's go.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay. So you guys don't have too much further to go, but I do need everyone to do survival again, and I need to find where my notes are.
15.
14. I heard 14. I heard 15.
6 again.
6 for both of you guys.
Digital dice suck.
Okay. Callista and Og each roll a d6.
2.
2.
Okay. Both of you guys at one point, like you're going along with the Goliath's help. You're finding where you need to go. If you guys were by yourselves, you would be not as well off at all. At one point, Callista and Og, both you guys hit a patch of ice and just go down and bust your asses pretty hard. So each of you guys are going to do get a d4 of damage just for falling and like hitting pretty hard on the rocks. You can roll it or I can roll it, whichever you want to do.
You roll it.
You
Okay.
roll it.
Let's see. Gray for Callista gets a 4. Green for Og gets a 1. So Callista, you got 4 damage. Og, you get 1 damage. Just you're going through, you're trying to go with the wind and everything going. You can't quite see, and you hit something, you just go down. Callista, you probably like slam your elbow just into the ground super duper hard. Og, you go down and just like not as hard, but just kind of fall on your ass and kind of hit. You're feeling it, but it's not anything that's going to be too super bad. But you take a little bit of hits. Callista, a couple of Goliaths pick you up and kind of get around you to make sure you don't do that again. And then Og, you get a hand up by one of the Goliaths. They pull you up and kind of slap you on the head, like, dummy, don't fall down anymore. As you guys are going a little further, you start to hear something over the winds. It almost sounds like a whale, like crying, or just someone is in distress, someone's distraught. And you can't quite make out what they are saying, other than a couple times you hear a very distinct no.
Ooh.
Is
Can we
this
tell which
near
way it's
us?
coming from?
From what you can tell, I mean, there's not a whole lot of places to other paths to go. Where you're at, it seems like it's coming like where you guys are headed.
Not harpies again, is it?
They were singing. I wouldn't think so.
Can I roll insight on
Yeah.
the noise?
Sure.
Investigation or insight,
go ahead.
whatever.
Yeah, probably insight.
20.
There's nothing to really investigate. Someone's just from how you can tell, like someone is very genuinely upset, maybe confused, and not happy.
Well, we've gone to every other voice on this island that we've heard. Might as well go towards this one.
I'm with
Take
you,
her away.
Nigel.
Let's go ahead
Okay.
and check it out. since
Lead
it's
the
in
way,
LA.
Nigel. I'm with you.
You guys start going with the Goliaths. They've got their weapons out now. They hear this voice on the wind.
I got my longsword out.
And you make you make your
Yeah,
way
my sword
there,
out.
and from where you guys were, there were some like fairly narrow paths that were kind of coming up that were probably about at max 15 feet wide, and you get up and kind of over a little bit of a ridge, and there's a level area that kind of gives everyone in the group an area to kind of spread out, and you notice that there is a familiar form in front of you that's on their knees with a bunch of just kind of makeshift clothing on them, a staff on the ground, and you with wings on their back. And
You're
she's
appropriate.
just it's Jidora, and she's just looking down. Her hands are in the snow, and she's just saying, "No, this wasn't supposed to happen. Why?" And things like that.
I told y'all, something weird is going on with this damned bird person.
Says the bird person.
Racist.
No. We can call each other that. It's fine. You can't say that.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Okay.
our word.
You have a very distraught Aarakocra on the ground that looks incredibly upset.
Steven's gonna walk up to her and talk to her to find out what's going on.
Okay, cool. What do you
I'll
say?
I'll go join.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
What was her
Same.
name again? Jidora?
Jidora.
Jidora.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jidora. What has happened in here? You seem very distraught. Is there any way we can help you?
She says, you see this, right? You see it all around you. This is not
It's
what
snow, you
this is not what's
dumb
supposed
bitch.
to happen. You said you weren't there.
It wasn't supposed to snow?
No, the tribute was paid. The tribute was paid. It was accepted. This is not what's supposed to happen.
But I don't know. I guess I don't understand. The weather was beautiful before.
Yes,
and
it
then
was.
we did the tribute.
The tribute was paid, and now this should not be happening.
Who do you pay the tribute to? How do you pay the tribute? And how do you know it's accepted?
The mountain accepted the tribute. I presented everything to the mountain with the scale that you gave, that you procured, and it was accepted, and the clouds parted and the sun was out, and it was beautiful for everyone to enjoy. And now this doesn't make any sense.
Would this be someone interfering with your tribute? Or would this be the mountain displeased with the tribute?
I don't know. I can't hear the mountain anymore.
How can we help? What can we do to help you?
What is there anything you can think of that we can do?
I don't know. The mountain won't speak to me.
Do the Goliaths know Jidora?
You ask?
Yeah, I guess I'll just ask. Like,
Yeah. VMAX says, "Do you know this thing?"
yeah, I guess Og says like, yes, we met earlier.
Why is she doing that?
Is that not normal?
She says that the mountain requires tribute. Do you know anything about this?
Sounds like a bunch of boo-boo to me.
See, I don't like you, but you're a man of true and important ideas sometimes, PMAX.
we've encountered, we've seen this one once or twice, but we have no need of her. She goes about her business. She doesn't bother us. I don't know what this tribute she speaks of is.
Yeah, Og
Knew
not really
it.
understand either, but Og not understand a lot of things.
Yeah,
Is she going to help or is she going to slow us down?
Is there like a I guess an insight or a religion check maybe that I could do to see if there's something about that I might have heard of?
If you guys, it depends on what you guys are cooking up in your head as far as what you think is going on. If you think it's something with the mountain itself, you can roll nature. If you think it's anything to do with like a story you've heard, something similar to this, you can roll history. If you think it's something magical, you can roll arcana.
I'm gonna roll an arcana.
Okay, and anyone can do this if you want, if you so desire, that's fine.
I'll roll history since Og has been unusually good at history rolls for some reason.
I'm gonna do nature.
Og reads a lot of picture books.
Yeah.
We
got
have
a
Arcana
6.
to try.
Tweener. I got
yeah.
a 15 on arcana.
All right, 15, Steven. Og, what'd you get?
6.
6.
I got a 11 on history.
Okay,
16 Arcana.
16 arcana. Yeah, Og, none of the picture books touched on this. You know, there was a monkey that was really mischievous that you remember. You know, Nigel, there was you know, things like that. There was a feline in a bowler, probably that you remember. Yeah, that's not doing help me at all. Callista, Stephen, this could be something magical for sure. It's just, you know, if it's anything, you know, you've heard of weather manipulation, things like that. But from just what she's telling you about the mountain won't speak to me, I paid tribute. You're just like, I don't.
So kind of like I am right now.
Yes. Yeah, you can't quite piece things together. From what she told you at the very beginning, she said she pays tribute to the mountain.
Right.
There are things that she collects and gives as an offering, and it's supposed to help everyone.
What happens to these offerings after she offers them? I guess I'm.
Jador, where do you place this tribute? Where is the site of the tribute that the mountain accepts?
It's a very sacred place. I've been putting, any time the tribute is delivered, it's at the same time, at the same day. I give it, I return, it is gone, it has been accepted, and things happen in everyone's favor. And this time it was no different, and now it's I don't understand. I do not understand.
Is there anybody there that you give it to, or do you just place it and leave?
The mountain accepts it.
I
Where
still don't
is
understand.
this sacred place? Where?
She gives you kind of an idea that it's on the kind of west side of the mountain, but she doesn't tell you exactly where it is. Like it's a super important place to her, and though she's happy that you guys helped, she's not gonna just straight up say this is where it is.
So you're going to sit here and complain and whine about the mountain not accepting things.
Yes.
And not ask for our help when we're offering it for you. I guess I don't understand what you want us to do. Would you like us to just walk away?
This is the weird backwards thinking that made me not like this stupid fox demon Aarakocra in the first place.
I'm starting to feel your pain, Nigel. I'm starting
Let's just
to side
walk.
with you.
We should have done the first time.
So Og will just ask
I'm
if
with
she wants
Nigel.
to join us.
I do not like that, Og.
You're asking her to come with you?
Yeah.
If she wants to come, she's just gonna cry in the back. It'll be fine.
She sees Og and actually looks for him. She says, Og, I'm so happy you're here. Where are you going? Where? What are you doing up here?
We're helping Goliath friends fight. What is Cloud giant.
Yondalen. We're looking for Yondalen.
I know nothing. There's a giant that lives here.
Oh, you
Jesus
don't.
Christ.
Yes, Goliaths say giant live on peak of mountain, I think.
This is the furthest up I've ever gone. I haven't needed to go any higher. Do you think he may have something to do with why I can't speak to the mountain?
Mm.
I would imagine so.
Maybe.
It's a possibility.
Why don't you
what?
go to
Not in
the
Ug's
sacred place?
wheelhouse.
We'll go find Yondalen, and maybe everything will be hunky dory.
Maybe
I've
it's
I've been to the offering
like
site. Nothing is different. If something has occurred, it may be at the top.
Is there any way I can check and see if she's just batshit? Like, totally, like,
I,
off her
that's what I'm
rocker?
right there with you. I want
Like,
there's gotta
The
be
druidic
something.
mountain bird. You want to see if she's crazy?
Yeah.
Sure. You
What
can
do I
roll.
roll?
You can. Yeah. Anyone can roll insight to see if you think she's nuts.
insight?
Yeah.
That's not
Nut
perception?
Oh,
Perception's more gonna be like what you see, hear, smell.
Okay.
Insight.
Insight's like how you can read things, your instincts.
23.
16.
23, 16. She believes everything she's saying.
But batshit people do.
100%. She believes everything she's saying.
Fuck. Okay. Well, crazy people believe their shit. Trust me, I
Mhm.
know.
Well, Jadora, do you want to follow your friend Og in the back, and maybe we can help you later?
If you can help me restore the mountain, I would be very happy to help.
Well,
I
you
will
think about
warn
how
you,
we
it-
can
it-
help
it-
you.
It may be dangerous. I will warn you. Where
it
we are
helps-
going,
If it
we
helps
may
the
not
mountain,
return.
if it helps the mountain, any danger I will face.
You think of some good suggestions for us while we're walking. How's that?
Even gives
Sound good?
Nigel a
Okay.
little elbow, a nudge, like let's
But
go.
when you're thinking them, don't speak them. Just keep them on the inside.
Okay. Yeah. So she decides to come along with you guys. She picks up her staff and stands up, brushes herself off, and you guys turn around, and the majority of the Goliaths are gone already. Like they weren't having this
Fuck.
session. There are a couple that you can see still walking, so you'll be able to follow them, but you'll need to catch up.
Let's go.
Can we double
Okay.
time it?
Yeah. So everyone, give me one more survival, and we'll see if you make it to the
Nat
top here.
20 for a 21.
18.
13.
Well, I got to roll for Jidora now.
22.
I hope she gets a crit 1.
Well, she didn't.
Got lost.
And I used my die where a crit fail said fuck on it, and that did not come up. So
Okay. All right.
she did not fucking fail. And it's the cumulative anyways. So you guys helped her make it along with you. So thank yourselves. Round of applause for everyone helping Jidora
Yay.
in her time of need. You clap, Nigel. You clap. Throw those flippers together. Okay. So yeah, you guys catch up to the Goliaths. You're going, like, the weather is like still just like wind keeps picking up. You guys are having, like, you can't quite like stand all the way upright. You got to like kind of like lean into it. Like Og's got to, like anyone with a shield, like you're trying to like, get away from some of this wind a little bit.
Yeah, my dog's probably on point right now. Just
Yeah, like
Og and I are creating a shield wall, but only mine's up in the air. 'cause
yeah,
Og's
like
way
the
too far
Goliaths in
down.
front of you guys are kind of phalanxing it a little bit. Like any of them that have like a shield or something is in front trying to like brace the wind, and like people are behind them, and they're like trading out every once in a while when they're getting tired and shit. You guys, so you guys go, and you eventually get to a point where VMAC just yells at us like, "We're here!" And everyone kind of stops for a little bit, and you can't quite see exactly what's around yet, but he says, "Everyone be on your guard. We've made it. We don't see where this son of a bitch is." And you start kind of fanning out a little bit, not like getting really far away from each other, but like holding ranks, but just like kind of making your presence larger. Does anyone want to be in front? Does anyone want to be like in the middle cluster? Jidora is like, she's not a front facing fighter, so she's like in the back. She's got her staff ready, looking around. She looks more upset now, like not sad or confused, like more angry. if this is the place that like set everything awry.
I'm
So-
middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack. But you
Yeah,
next to
but
your
Jadora-
bestie?
When we got
You
up
next
to
to your
the
bestie,
top,
Jadora?
Well, you know what?
top,
Yeah, I
Og
would
and
actually.
were already up at the front, were we not?
the
I forgot
Goliaths were
about
kind of
Jed.
ahead of us a bit.
Oh,
So
I mean, yeah, it's to the point now that if Phteven and Og want to be at the front of things, should anything happen, you guys can be like right in that front line with the Goliaths kind of peppered in. That's completely fine. Callista, I assume you're going to be heading back,
At
getting
the
ready
back.
to throw stuff. Yeah.
That's
Nigel,
where I
what were
wanna
you what were you saying when I
If
mentioned?
Jidora's in the middle of the pack, I think
Mhm.
Nigel would want to get as far away from Jidora as possible. So he's in the front.
yeah.
Well, knowing it could mean the end of him, but he's in the front because he
I'm gonna
can't
hang-
stand that woman.
I'm gonna
Hope she
hang back
saves
just
your
a
life. I hope she
I'm gonna
saves your life. You're like on the brink of death, and she brings you back. That's what I hope happens.
little. Og's gonna hang back just a bit.
Because then
from
you'll
the
be
front.
in debt, Nigel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over
Forever.
your life.
Oh, I think it's funny that so like me and Steven can't stand the bird lady. And then Og's best friends with her now, I guess. So he's in the back with her, and the Callista's indifferent.
He was nice and courteous and treated her
I
like a
love him 'cause
person,
she annoyed
Nigel.
the shit out of me. I am still. Can I be? Is the guy that I wrestled with us?
Yeah,
Can I stand next to him?
sure.
And I give him a nudge.
You're gonna need to change your alignment at some point, son. Keep doing shit like this.
Hey,
Um,
watch out for chokeholds.
Oh, you're the bitch he took
he
down
goes.
when we were
He
drinking.
goes to the other. He goes 2 Goliaths down from you.
That's right, buddy. Keep walking.
When you're yelling, this is echoing throughout like the entire like
I
top of
know.
the mountain here. Okay, just want to make
Oh
sure.
no, I didn't know that. I thought you just meant that it was echoing for all of y'all.
Oh
That's
no,
great.
it's echoing
I
because
gotta
you're
use
at the
my
top of a
pen.
mountain.
That's generally not how yelling
Okay.
works.
So you guys are in this formation. You're just kind of like slowly going forward. Everyone can roll a perception check for me to see if you can see anything through this weather.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
8.
Nat 20 plus 4, 24.
Hey, 24. What's your bonus for that, Nigel?
Bump, bump, plus 3, 23.
23, 24.
No.
All right.
I've got a 9.
Okay. Callista, even though you're in the back, and Nigel, just even though you're like underneath all of these Goliaths that are over you, you can see that you're coming up to like the mountainside. That it is like kind of an semi-open area from behind you. You knew that if you went too far, you would definitely tumble off the mountain. You can assume it's the same on the sides because you can't quite see anything kind of walling you in. But you can see through the snow and wind and everything that there is like a structure coming up on you guys that is like appears to be the mountainside, the face of the mountain. You can tell that it appears that there are little like structures and points coming up kind of throughout as you look up, that if this is where this cloud giant lives, because VMAC and all the other guys seem to think so, that if this is where it is, this is not something that was like constructed. Like if this is where he lives, it was like carved or made out of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. And you do see like a very large, like maybe, I don't know, 30-foot slab in front of you guys, 2 slabs that are right there that if you were to guess could be the doors of this place. But they are huge. And if they're like solid stone, you probably don't know how you're gonna get this thing open right now off the top of your head.
We'll see about that. Okay, so Nigel walks up to it and then uses Mage Hand and just starts banging on the door just to see what'll happen.
Sure, absolutely nothing. A spectral hand comes up and you just hear it just kind of thwack, thwack, thwack. There's no like echoing, there's no knocking. It's like this hand is like just slamming up against a rock.
Maybe we should punch the rock.
Well, you can.
I-
How
I-
about,
My punch isn't very good.
Hmm.
Trying to think
Is
I
of a
there-
way to-
wonder if we should knock on door of thing we plan to kill.
is there any other like
Yeah, maybe like a
visible-
perception or something that I could see.
Yeah. Maybe can we do perception on the door?
points of entry?
Yeah, I mean, you
windows?
guys, when I give you guys the information on the stuff, you guys can like spread around like there's doors coming up so everyone
Other
knows.
points of entry, yeah, like
You guys walk up. The Goliaths are looking at the doors like they're trying to see if there's any way they can get like their hands in it, if they can fasten anything along to this thing to try to pull to force it open. I mean, just from looking at the frost giants that you guys fought, and you could tell that they're pretty hefty and pretty damn strong. So it may have taken like one or two of them combined to get like one of these things moving. But with the amount of people you have, you could try to get something on it and like tug of war it, unless there's a spell that anyone has that could get it open before.
I have knock, which could unlock things, and I
Yeah.
also have shatter.
I was gonna say knock is great, knock can unlock it. Shatter is more effective on like inanimate stuff,
Like a door.
like a door, like stone, like things like that. So you definitely could if you wanted to.
I've got enhance ability, which I can use.
Okay, fancy breast knuckles.
Right. Well, I can use it to cast bull strength on somebody.
Oh, they get advantage on their
Strength checks.
Yeah. Let me go to the bathroom while you guys are kind of thinking about what to do.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to drink. Why don't we
5 minutes.
yeah, you wanna do that real quick?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Which take
5 minutes.
pee break.
I'm going to pause the recording.
Start
Yeah,
recording.
go for it. Yeah, go for it. All right. Everyone's peed. Everyone's got snacks. Talk strategy. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yum, that pizza looks good.
Papa John's.
Oh, yum.
Delicious.
Yeah. I want to try seeing if there's any traps on the rock slabs.
Yeah, investigate. Go for it. From what you can see, how high up and all that stuff.
Bye.
23.
Yeah, there are no traps on this. Like the door itself is probably such a pain in the ass to get open that they didn't bother with traps. Like they didn't think anyone would come up here, let alone try to be able to get these things open. So they're not trapped from anything you can see.
Alternate points of entry, windows, like high up cracks, something.
A couple of the Goliaths, as you guys are talking about this, are just trying to like get their shoulders into it all at the same time and try to shove. I mean, the weather's still pretty shitty. You can do another perception check now that you're closer. See what you think. We'll get one for Jydora. Okay.
22.
14.
Nat 20.
And ooh.
So 24 total, but
Dang. Nigel, you didn't do very well. That must hurt.
Let me see. Yeah, it wasn't good. I got a 10.
Man, Jydora got a 22. That must hurt.
It does. I'm not pleased. I'm looking. That's why I saw she was looking, so I looked away. It's like,
Oh, there we go. That would make sense. Okay. Yeah, Jydora.
my sister's calling me. Sorry, give me just.
Yeah, no, go for it, man. Yeah, step out if you need to. Callista, you and Og see that, like, now that you see more of the side of the mountain, like, it's definitely like a mountain peak and it's got a bunch of like points and like, it's rocky and shit like that. But there, at like how this was probably like created into the side of the mountain, there are other areas of like different peaks or points on the mountain that you do see something that could potentially be a window that's up there that are openings into it that could lead to a different room. So you see that, Og sees that, and Jydora sees it as well.
Hey, Jydora, do you think you could use your beautiful wings to get up to that window and drop a rope for us?
Absolutely. You guys giving her some rope?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Nigel, you gonna give some rope up? Of course not. So
You
yeah,
can flap
just
his flippers.
with what you guys have, she you give it to her. She flies up, and she gets it. It's going, like it's keeps getting pulled, so you can tell that she's maybe trying to find something to get it. Excuse me. Get it tied off onto. And you're waiting a second, and it's still taut and going for a second, moving around, and then all of a sudden the rope just stops moving.
Like goes.
Like, is it one of those
flat?
where I pull it and then the entire rope comes down?
You pull it,
I'm gonna tug it, not pull. Like kind of give like a.
give it. You're a little. I mean, you feel it. It feels like there's a little bit of resistance on it just from doing that. Just from giving a little. Duh.
I guess I'll climb up it, seeing how. Or I guess me and Steven need to climb up it. We're the lightest.
Yeah.
But Demon wears plate.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
No, I've got scale.
It's not as heavy as plate, but it's
It's not
it's not light.
it's
either.
not light. It's 60 pounds, but
Which is like normal scale mail. For yours is probably lighter than that
I got
because
splint,
you're smaller. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it just I'm not gonna be able to be stealthy about it.
yeah. Why don't I do? I'm gonna stealth up that rope.
Yeah.
Okay. You grab the rope and you're getting ready to heave yourself up it. And right as you're getting ready to go up, all of you guys notice that the wind starts to die down pretty drastically. And this like fogginess, everything that was around those either clouds or something else starts to kind of dissipate a bit. And the entire climate just kind of lessens. Clouds start getting holes in them. Some sunlight starts to go through, and with as bad as the weather was, it's probably about 60% better right now.
Okay.
Alright.
Like pretty quickly too, not just like we've been here for 30 minutes and then all of a sudden slightly. It's just like you were there, you're getting ready to go, and if it was like going through and you're getting ready to like find out what the best way to go up without like losing your grip, it was just so there's still a little bit, which makes sense with how high you guys up or with how high up you are. There's a little bit of wind and movement going around, but with as bad as this stuff was, it lightens up pretty quickly.
Cool. So I don't have any problem stealthing my way up the rope.
Well, do an athletics to see if you can heave yourself up, because there's no real like footholds or anything.
19.
Yeah, if y'all don't mind, what did I miss?
So Jidora, Jidora and Callista saw what appeared to be a window or an opening higher up. Jidora flew up and took some rope and went to tie it off so that you guys could climb up. Nigel said he was going to go ahead and go up, so he's getting himself ready. He gave a little tug test, and it appeared that it could hold his weight.
Hello, where are you going? I saw you already. Oh, come say hi.
You want to say hi to everyone?
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, bud.
Hi. Hello.
You excited for your sister's birthday tomorrow?
They are. They're not in this drawer, but they're in the basket. Hey, buddy, you want to roll one of these and tell me what you get?
Oh shit.
Here, roll to kill Nigel. See what you get. Okay.
7.
Good.
7.
We'll have that come into play later. Okay. Can you say bye to everyone?
Bye.
Can I have a kiss?
Hi, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Mwah. All right, get some sleep, big man. Love you. Boom.
Seven. That was so cute.
Oh, damn, you heard that? Okay. Yeah, he rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Plus 38. So that's 45. Yeah, Nigel, you're getting ready. All the weather dies down. You're like, oh, this is a pretty good time to go now. And you do what is it? You do the Home Alone where you jump up to grab it and you get like to pull yourself up and the whole rope just pulls down. There's not an iron on the other end. So, at least there's that. It just, the whole rope just goes down and hits the ground.
God damn. Whatever. What's her name?
Jadora.
Jadora.
Can I tie the rope to a crossbow bolt and like shoot it?
She is not back. She has not made her way back. But as a hello. Come say hi to everyone. Yeah, come say hi. Oh, here we go. There you go.
Hi.
Hi.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Yeah,
you're
turning
gonna say happy
6.
birthday, early birthday, girl.
Yep.
Here.
Yay, happy birthday.
Roll one of these.
Oh.
Roll to kill Nigel.
Use this one.
Yeah, use that one. That's the good one.
Yeah.
What
They
is that?
get. I don't know. I
What'd you
know
get?
what it was. I don't know.
Just know that means it was probably a high number. You're screwed,
All right.
Nigel. You're screwed.
All right,
This isn't going
Mwah.
well.
Have a kiss. Love you.
I'll
Thanks,
be
baby.
back. I heard a door. I want to make sure it's my wife and not some stranger.
Okay.
Definitely strangers.
Yeah, he can go. He can stay in here, kiddo. It's fine. Man, why is everyone leaving?
Checking to see if his wife arrived.
I gotcha. Okay.
See, we should have had a break like 10 minutes sooner or later, and it's,
That's fine.
Yeah,
It
this would've
happens.
Worked out perfectly.
All right. Let's see. Phteven gets hit by a bolt of necrotic lightning and dies because he was a butthole to the Goliath. So he's dead now. Tell him that when he comes back.
I have.
And no, he can't be resurrected. He's dead. He's dead.
Okay.
Put it back.
That's not what I was gonna say.
So, Phteven, you're dead now.
Fuck. All right. All right. Send me the link to some more character sheets.
Exactly. You.
Pythons.
That's okay. Okay. So, yeah, the rope falls down all the way. It hits. And Nigel, I'm sure, says some sort of probably racially, charged slur.
Oh, it was, but it was, but it's okay. We can say it.
Yeah, and it echoes up and goes in there, so everyone inside heard it too.
Mhm.
As soon as you yell that, the entire floor around you guys starts to tremor very violently. It almost feels like the entire mountain is shaking.
Fuck.
Hi,
Someone's
Bubba.
bad.
Is that like a
The
good
entire-
shit?
You can't tell because you guys, like everyone, like there is no. You are such a turd. The entirety of the party, Goliaths, everyone that are trying to like brace yourselves. You cannot stand up. Like everyone is at least like down to a knee, like trying to find a grip on something. Like just the entire, just like super duper loud, super movement. Like it's bad. Like you guys think in your mind that you might get like thrown off this mountain, like is how bad it is. And it's just going like you're if you're trying to shout out, you can't really hear anyone right now just because there are like boulders are falling, things like that, but you can't necessarily see or make sense of what's going on because that's how badly the tremors are going. It goes on like that for a couple minutes. I'm not going to make anyone do any rolls because you're so high up. If you were lower elevation, there are probably more coming down. And then just as quickly as it started, it stops. And it's just kind of silent. It's kind of silent. Yeah, you can do nature check.
See what the hell, if I can figure out what the fuck that was. Nope.
A giant.
Appeared to be an earthquake. Yeah, you guys are sitting there trying to figure out. VMAC and the Goliaths look just like they've never experienced anything like that before. Like he says, that is the most violent quake we've ever. And before he says anything else, there is a deafening boom, just the loudest noise you've ever heard, and it's just like, and it rings, and you get that like high pitched noise in your ears that like you can't hear shit because whatever happened was just so loud. And you're looking around like you're holding your ears trying to figure out what's going on. And there's a little bit of a rumble again. And everyone do a perception for me real quick.
Nat 20, 24.
Ooh, not 20 for 21.
Hey, there you go.
21.
Dang.
21 too.
Holy moly. Yeah, all of you
That
guys
put
see
us
this.
all on fucking edge. We're like, oh,
Apparently,
what the
yeah,
fuck is
exactly.
going on?
Roll good, roll. So yeah, you can't hear anything with what just happened, but you feel like there's a shake too, and you're trying to figure out what is going on, and you look up, and you just see like a very large, like circular, like crackling, spattering of energy. It's a yellow energy that is just formed in a circle, and it is rising up very slowly above the mountain.
Are we about to be abducted?
And then it just shoots into the heavens and dissipates and breaks apart. And
like the Dragon Balls?
And as you're wondering what the hell is going on, there is even though like the ringing is still in your ears, you hear another boom, just big boom, and it fucking rocks you again. And the same thing happens. There's a crackling of energy, and it shoots up. It does this 4 separate times. And then everything is calm.
What?
And after a minute, as you guys like trying to figure out what's going on, your hearing starts to come back a little bit. Everything is silent. Everything is still. Jidora is still not back. You don't know where she is.
We need to set.
We need to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
How high up is that window?
I would say.
Well, how high is it?
How high is it?
Yeah.
It's probably like 100 feet up.
Does it look like there's? Is it like sheer, or is it something that I could probably get?
If you try to climb it, it's not going to be easy in the slightest. Like it doesn't look like there are very many handholds to get up there. The rope was your best bet to get up there.
Well, seeing how I have the rope, could I use my bow, like you were saying, a bow and arrow and shooting it up to kind of?
Also, I
How
have
far does your mage hand reach?
Not that far.
Not that far.
I have Python, Piton.
Pitons?
Their wall doesn't offer handholds, footholds. You can make your own. I have those.
Oh yeah, I have some of those too.
You
Those are
could.
part of the regular. Yeah.
Adventure
Yeah.
kit, yeah.
Yeah, you could try. It's going to be a while to climb up. That's what you guys are trying to have done.
Well, let me try shooting the arrow up there and see if I can get it into the window.
Okay, so all of you guys are like to the side.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to shoot an arrow into the window with a rope attached.
VMAT comes up and just says, "What was that?"
I have no clue. But Jidora is still not back. She went there to bring on the rope, and the rope came down. So something has happened. We need to get inside now.
I agree. You should help us push this door. We need everyone here, everyone's strength.
Yeah, let's try that. Fuck
We
it.
tried being
Is it a
fancy.
push door or is it a pull door? Do we know that?
We'll try both.
One way,
Let's push it. Push it.
If one
We
way
won't do
don't
it.
work, other way normally do.
Yeah.
You what?
I'll say if push not work, pull normally work.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone's gonna go push on this giant stone slab. All right.
Yes.
You guys start walking over there. There are about 4 Goliaths at the front of this thing, like trying to figure out like who to put where and go through and do all this stuff. And a couple others are back, like just trying to collect themselves from the shaking and the noise and everything. Some are still trying to like knock the fucking sound back into their ears. And as you guys are walking back, you hear a very loud slam, just like a, and as soon as you hear that, the doors come flying open out towards you guys, and there is a very large object that is like almost like it was used to like shove through the doors, and it just lands and kind of slides across the snow on the peak towards the edge.
That's one way to open a door.
Peek around the side.
Guess it was a pull.
Just gentle peek.
Yeah, right.
Og's taking a closer look. Like, what just flung into the door and like slid out? Was it like, is it connected to anything, or is it just?
The 4 Goliaths that were there also got thrown because they were right up next to these things, and as soon as it hit and got thrown open, they got tossed.
Are they still alive?
You do not know.
I'm gonna run over to check on them.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm gonna try to help with the Goliaths and try to get a closer look at whatever slammed through the door.
Okay, cool. So there are 2 that like got thrown towards you guys. The other 2, from what you can tell, got thrown the other way because they were on that side of the door. So Steven and Og, you're with the Goliaths. Nigel and Callista, you're trying to peek around the corner.
Yeah.
All right, VMAC's gonna go look too. Try to figure out what the hell just injured his brothers. Go ahead and perception check, so you can try to make sense of what you might see.
17
All right.
plus
16.
I get an 18 if I'm doing a perception by the
Yeah,
Goliath.
I do.
You're focused on them. I'm just gonna let.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do I see? I was just saying, like, do a medicine check or a perception check on
dirty
them?
20
Or you
on
were
me.
focusing
Dirty
on
20
them
for
right
me.
now?
Yeah. Callista and Nigel, you see what appears to be a very large body. Like, it's got clothes, it's got boots. It is they're ripped, they're torn, they're bloodied. It is kind of a light, dull purplish skin tone. Very large feet, very large hands. And adorned in some like fancy looking symbols and shit.
Do I
But it
recognize the
is.
symbols?
Go ahead. Actually, no, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Can I recognize them if I comprehend languages?
You could, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Hello.
do that. Kitty.
Yeah, sorry, I was expecting a roll. I was like, that's not a roll at all. Yeah, just burn the slot. It is it's just like kind of a lot of elemental language, air, lightning, like it's just like a bunch of words that's put on there. You don't know what language it is. You can read it, but it's just a lot of different kind of elemental
What are these runes all over again? I'm sorry.
his clothing.
Okay.
Is the body breathing? Is he moving?
No. Phteven, 1 Goliath. Actually, let me do this. They're both hurt. They're not dead.
Okay.
Yeah. As VMAC looks around and sees it too, because he got a pretty good perception check, he just says, "Son of a bitch." That's Jan Dalen.
Oh, shit.
And as soon as he says that, something else gets thrown out of the doors, and it just kind of rolls and hits the legs and goes to the side, and it's this giant's head.
Holy fuck!
Well, looks like our job's complete here, guys. Time to go.
Yeah, and now, after I check that, do I see that happen?
The head fly out, yeah.
Okay.
So you and Og are like a little bit further back from the door.
Okay.
That's right. So if you look and right in front of you, there's like the mountainside. The door is open. You can't see what is inside this place or on the other side of these open doors. You saw the body come out and fly. Callista and Nigel and VMAC are the closest to the edge of the door, but you just saw the body. You didn't say anything about looking inside.
Can I look inside past the body with my dark vision?
Absolutely. Is anyone else going with Callista?
I'm gonna. Can I run towards the door and see? Because I wouldn't have been able to see them yet, or would I have been able to see them peek around the corner?
Og's gonna look
You
at the other
you can
two
you can
Goliaths.
see Callista and Nigel because they're on the same side of the door as you guys.
All right, so I'm gonna run up to
Yeah.
them and I'm gonna peek as well around the corner. Like, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
So perception.
So you guys, no, you don't need to. You guys come up with VMAC and you're just like stunned, like what is going on? And you turn around the corner and they're on the inside are about 7 humanoid figures. They're just standing there. They are robed figures. They are all in very, very dark purple robes, almost black. They have some vestments on and things like that that are kind of adorned in different ways, silver, golds. They have some medallions, some amulets, a bunch of jewelry on. You do not see their faces because they're all covered in masks.
Can I
The
do
masks.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just going to tell you. Yeah, you don't need to. The masks are imagine like a kendo mask or like a fencing mask.
Mm.
Right? So it's like the big oval. Kendo mask usually has like the big like slit down the front and a bunch of the ones coming across. Imagine that as far as the shape goes, but there are a bunch of like grisly, grotesque visages that are on it. One has like an open maw, an open fanged maw with just a bunch of eyes inside of it. There's another one that appears to be like the face of some beast, but it's just like completely disfigured, like their eyes not where they should be. The mouth is somewhere else. It's just really, really fucked up. Another one is just what appears to be a screaming mouth, but it just like keeps like almost reflecting in on itself. So like you have like, if you have like the 2 mirrors back to back where it just like keeps giving that like, you know, image that's like further and further inside itself, it looks like that, but it's just like screaming mouths, just like weird shit like that. The one in the center is the only one that does not have a mask on. And as you are sitting here looking to see what is here, the rest of the Goliaths come over and they're just trying to figure out, like they've got weapons ready. They're ready to go. And that's what you see so far. And they're just looking at you.
And these are humanoid
This, yeah.
from medium-sized creatures.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know what they are. They look humanoid.
But they're
The
not
one.
giants.
They're not giants. No, there are 6. There are 3 on each side of this guy in the center. He is the only one without a mask. He has a hood up, so you can't quite see features.
Cool. I'm gonna yell at him.
Of course you are.
Can
Yeah.
I do like a religion check, or do I need
Sure.
to do a religion check
If you want
see
to.
if I can recognize the garb and the shit
Yeah.
they're wearing?
Yeah.
Well, while they're all doing this, Og's looking for the 2 Goliaths that were on the other side of the door that got knocked out of the way.
Okay. Kind of the same thing. Well, let me check with these guys. Well, yeah, they're hurt, but they're not dead.
Okay.
Like they're slowly getting up. They're bleeding a little bit. They've got like,
Okay.
maybe a broken rib or something.
All
right.
right. Pat
I had a
on the back.
23
and kinda
religion.
pushes them in the direction to sort of get to, and
Gotcha.
then starts walking towards the door.
23.
23 religion. Do I recognize any of the symbols they're wearing, or the masks themselves? Do I
With all
recognize
the
the
studies and with all the studying and things that you've done just on your own god and different gods and things like that, trying to be best prepared to go out in your journeys, this is not anything you've ever seen before. Like there's not anything with how it's marked. There's nothing that even resembles something that you've come across before.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And I relay that like in a silent, in like a
Yeah.
small whisper to
Yeah.
them.
well, here I just kind of look.
Be
I see.
mindful, Nigel. Before you decide to do I've done extensive studies, and I've never seen this in my life.
You know, new acts pop up all the time. That's nothing to be really worrisome about. But hey, fellas, thanks for killing Yandril for us here. That guy was a real dick. I don't really have any beef with y'all. You kind of fucked up our Goliath friends over here, but you know, you didn't do it on purpose. But thanks.
The ones on the sides don't say anything. They're just standing there, like they're not even like at the ready or anything. Their hands are just like kind of in their robes, in their sleeves. And you hear a voice speak, and it has almost that like slight reverberating effect to it. where it's like almost a slight echo on itself. And it just says, "Are you protectors of the seals?"
The
I
seal.
don't know anything about any. Wait, well, would I know anything about these seals?
I don't know. Do you?
The seals of the mountain?
No.
I'm more fan of dolphins.
Hey.
Do you wish for this world to be purified by its own destruction?
Oh, okay. You kind of answered all the questions we needed there, and I just shoot an arrow at him.
Oh fuck.
You shoot an arrow?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Bum, 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 bum. 20? Just a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It flies at him and it's going straight in at his face, and then it just stops
Okay.
and stays there, and he
That was
grabs
a
it
slip up, friend. My bad.
and he throws it down, and it just says, "It would be wise for you all to kneel and put your weapons on the ground. And everyone, please do a wisdom saving throw."
Oh, fuck me.
21.
You're on the ground. You're on the
Me?
ground. Yep. You kneel.
21?
You kneel. Yes.
14.
I got a
kneel.
nat 1.
You kneel. You kneel. You kneel.
Yeah.
You. So Nigel, you're like the first time I was like, "Fuck this guy," and then your body just like you're just like, "Nobody, no, nobody, no," and everyone just gets down on your knees. Any weapons you had in your hands are just laid down on the ground, and you are just kneeling, like, and almost not like full on like prostrating, like bowing or anything, but everyone is kneeling on the ground.
Wait.
The Goliaths too.
It's bad.
You can speak, but you can't.
What the fuck? You red-clothed pieces of shit. If you
So
don't
this,
take
so
this-
they
Wait,
all start
did you
walking
guys get
closer now.
Did you all take your plus one? Is
Wearing
it
purple,
22
not
help you,
red.
Nigel?
So
No, it would not have.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
They start walking towards you guys now. Very slowly, of course, very slowly.
Do they kind of float instead of actually walking?
No, they're all
Their feet
walking.
aren't actually
They have
touching the
feet?
ground.
No, they're all walking.
while I'm kneeling, can I aim my staff at them?
No,
And, God damn it. But
nope.
insect.
No.
Your staff is
All our
on the
weapons
ground,
dropped.
ma'am. Your weapon is down. Everyone is unarmed and kneeling.
Okay, can I cast darkness from
Nope.
myself?
Nope. So he's walking up and he just looks at all of you. And he said, and he just looks up and kind of just breathes deeply and looks to the side. He says, "Are you prepared to welcome the dragon below?"
Which dragon do you refer to?
Never.
The dragon below will be coming to this world.
Oh,
very
goddamn
soon.
prophecy bullshit. Fuck
One of
you.
them puts his hand up and casts silence, and now no one can talk. Says, "The dragon below will come to this world soon, and I hope everyone is ready, and I hope you have picked a side." The dragon below, nope. The dragon below will cleanse this world with destruction and wrath. Those that are loyal to him will be given power and life and so much more. And if you oppose him, you will die. If any of you would like to join our cause, now is the time, or your fate will be sealed.
That's what I do. If I'm down, I'm just gonna turn my hand and give him the finger. Fuck you.
I'm still
No.
mouthing at him, cursing at him. So
Okay.
even if I can't talk, I really don't like to be subjugated.
No, no. Mm-mm. Phteven's adamant, absolutely fucking not.
Okay. He says, I take it from your faces that no one is accepting my generous offer. Your other companion did not as well. That was very sad to see. If you are not going to accept, then you will, and before he says anything else, you hear a very, very loud roar. And you hear some beating of wings. And right at the peak of this fucking mountain, like right out of the door, Niflegrim just lands. And
It's fucking Niflegrim!
stares at these guys and just like fucking blah, and is just like growling and is like he's not even speaking common. That's how pissed he is. He's speaking Draconic. Like he's fucking livid.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Speak-
Oh, I know. No, I know. Yeah, Callista's the only one that's recognizing this, but he can't speak. He is, he's yelling back and forth, and just saying, "This is not a place for you. You will leave this." I gotta do it quiet because the kids are trying to sleep. "You will leave this mountain. Your evil deeds are not welcome here. You will leave now." And he's like fucking beating his wings the whole time and like slamming his tail against the mountain, just like beating it into it. And he just, the guy looks up and his hands are still there, and he looks to his followers and just goes like this, and they all just like fucking dart out and start just like throwing spells. They're like trying to hit all these things. It's a very quick volley back and forth. You see fire coming one way. You see some dark energy going up. One of them is just sitting there chanting, trying to get a big ball in his hands, going around. Niflegrim takes a couple hits from these. One hits him in the chest, the other one hits him in the wing. And as that does, he just like leaps up, not to fly, but he jumps like kind of almost on top of you guys, but it's calculated. Like his feet land in a certain way that no one gets crushed, that you can tell he's trying to do his best to protect you guys. So he lands down. Yeah.
Og's going into a rage. Does that have any effect on the paralysis?
Wouldn't that be a concentration?
It would, because this is an enchantment. Yeah, so if you go into rage, you're gonna break this.
Okay. So have I broken it already then if I'm going into the rage?
If you went into the rage, yeah, you just like all of a sudden click out of it and you're just like freaking
Okay.
supercharged
I guess I still
with
don't
anger.
have any. I guess since we all dropped our weapons, I'm kind of unarmed still. But so I'm gonna go into a frenzy next round. But for now, I'm just in the rage. I'm gonna pull the brass knuckles out.
Oh, I can't
Okay.
be paralyzed, Nathan, or restrained.
Oh, because you're not paralyzed or restrained, you're enchanted.
Okay. All right.
And
It's different magic.
I'm just rushing forward, just trying to
Look in your player's handbook.
I did. I'm sorry.
Did you look up the spell that I had written down? I'll text it to you, you bitch.
I'm just bum rushing whichever one is closest to me.
Okay, cool. Let's say it's the dude that's trying to get a ball of energy in his hands. Okay, cool. So Niflegrim lands at you guys, and as he does that, he takes 2 swipes, and he will. They kind of almost like missed out of the way. Like he goes and it comes down, it just kind of goes through them, and then they appear like 20 feet on the other side. Both these guys do. So he swipes at them, and they just kind of like and they kind of travel a little further back to get out of the way. So he lands and is standing there. And Og, you run at the dude that is right in front of you. You're gonna hit him with the knuckles.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit him in his face. The mask.
All right, go ahead.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. Is this just like an unarmed strike, basically, but with additional
It's gonna be no, not necessarily unarmed. You're gonna get, so it is a weapon. So you get your strength mod,
Okay,
and
so
you
I
do
get
get
my
your
normal.
proficiency bonus. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I mainly wanted to check.
Yeah.
So 14, 21.
Okay, this is because he's doing that. Yeah, you go ahead and roll damage. Roll a d6. And what did I write down for these fucking knuckles? Hang on. So yeah, roll a 6 for the regular damage, and then that's for stuff for later. And then roll an extra d4.
Okay, so that's 4. Plus,
4 bludgeoning.
Yeah, plus
Okay.
4 for my strength, and then the D4.
The d4 doesn't get a
is-
modifier. It's just gonna be extra force damage.
Okay, the D4 is 3.
Okay, cool. So six regular and 3, so it takes 9 damage.
Hmm.
Okay. So you, he's not even looking at you. He's like sitting there, and he was doing something when Niflegrim came behind him and landed. So he's just like starting to turn, and he just catches it in the face. The mask doesn't come off, but the ball that he was creating does dissipate. So you went ahead and broke his concentration on that. He, as he does that, and he looks back up, he puts his hand out, and I need you to do a strength save for me.
Okay. Oh wait, I get advantage, don't I? On strength.
With
saves on
your
rage?
raging, yeah.
Okay. Neither of those were great, but the 16.
All right, let's see. That is okay. So he puts his hand on you, and you just feel like a boom, just right in your chest. It doesn't necessarily hurt. You're not going to take damage, but you get just fucking like shoved back. It would have been about 60 feet, which could have potentially thrown you off this mountain. But you go into Niflegrim's wing. His wing goes down and catches you.
Oh.
And as he does that, you see him like take his fucking neck back, and his mouth starts to open, and you just see a bunch of crackling energy start to come, and blue light comes out of it, and he just throws his fucking head forward and releases his breath weapon. And as he does that, you see the fucking, like, there's the guy, the main dude that was asking about the dragon blow and all this stuff hasn't moved. He's just standing there. Like everyone else has kind of like been thrown out and things like that, but he's just standing there, and you could have sworn that he fucking smirks. So he throws his head back and like just knocks his fucking breath weapon forward, and it like everything kind of hits slow motion a little bit for you guys as you're watching this. Like the energy starts to go, and the dude in the front that Og punched in the face catches it first, and he's not ready for it because he just expended some stuff and got punched in the face. And so he takes the full force of this thing, and his hand that was out like tries to retract, and then just like kind of catches the blue energy, and without me even rolling anything, it just starts to like become solid blue. And it just, as the energy waves over him, it is going up his arm, and he is like freezing whole. Like his fucking mask is going, his body is like trying to turn away, and he's just turns into like a full-on like ice sculpture. And it's getting closer. The rest of the guys are either in line with the main dude or behind him, since they kind of teleported back. And he, as it's getting closer, he looks down for a second, and then he looks up, and his hood flies off, and his face is a very, very pale gray. Same with his hair. It's about, not quite shoulder neck length, but it's like right kind of at where his jawline is. His eyes, when he looks up, are pools of pitch black, and there's an energy that starts to come off of him that sprouts these spectral, ghostly wings, just come out of his back and just come up. And as the energy is getting closer to him, his arms come out of his robes, and he throws his hands forward, and the energy from Niflegrim just stops. And it's kind of like, since you're talking about Dragon Ball earlier, it's that just like back and forth fucking motion where he's like trying to like hit it off. We're not going to have 9 filler episodes though. This is going to be a lot quicker. So it's like back and forth and trying to hit and like, and the guy is just sitting there holding his hand. I got the tri-beam going. You like that, Les?
Yeah.
He's got tri-beam hands going. He's throwing it out and getting it happen.
Go home.
We're gonna toss out the diamond cutter.
Exactly. And Niflegrim's just like letting it loose, and you could tell he's struggling to try to just like keep it going. And the guy has his hands out, and he comes back and just shoves it forward, and the dark energy that was kind of matching in size goes smaller and just shoots through the blue energy.
Oh, Yu Hakusho'd it.
And just like gets all the way through it. Yeah, spirit gun just goes all the way through and like through Niflegrim's fucking neck. And as soon as it goes through the dragon, like all the energy just stops, and he's holding there for a second, and he takes a couple steps back, and then just fucking falls to his side.
Oh.
And when that happens, the wings go away. Og, you're just on the ground now. And then that dude is still fucking frozen there. The guy puts his hands back into his robes. The other 5 join him. And he just says, well, he doesn't say shit. He just looks at you and nods, and then there's this like kind of misty energy that forms around them that shoots up into the sky and just fucking goes away.
What the fuck?
Are we still paralyzed?
As soon as they're gone, you guys, it wears off and you guys are good.
Hey, I'm running to check on Niflegrim.
Yeah.
Okay. He is unresponsive at the moment.
Is he breathing? Can we do a medicine check to see if he's still alive?
You can do a medicine check to see if he's alive, yeah.
Can I heal him?
19. Fuck.
Can I heal him?
You can try.
What the heck is this? Preserve life?
Preserve life? Is that
That's something after he's dead and that he won't rot, I believe.
Yeah, I got a 22 in medicine.
I got 24
for medicine. He is still alive, but you don't know much. You saw the dragons you killed. You know they can be killed. Just by looking at him, he is not dead.
Yet
when you examine him, but you don't know what just happened.
Cure wounds.
You throw cure wounds
I
on
was
him?
going to go over to
Heck
the
yeah.
frozen guy.
Okay.
So, yeah, that one guy's still frozen, right?
He's 100% frozen.
Okay, Og's going to just go over there and be like, we need to keep this.
Keep what? The entirety of the
Yeah.
of the ice sculpture?
put him in the hat.
Yeah, I grab my hat and I just put my hat on the top of him and then just forcefully.
You put him in the hat? Okay.
Yeah.
Just gotta stretch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
17 HP to him.
17? Okay. All right. You throw cure wounds on him. You don't know how much good it did, but you hit him with it.
What should I call the ice?
The Goliaths are getting just like frozen. I don't know, frozen fuckface. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Frozen
Og's going to
cultist.
run. I'll just realize that they said they killed Jadora, he's gonna run into the
Oh, jeez.
You're gonna run inside.
Run inside to look for her now.
Okay, we'll get. Is anyone else following Og? Is Og?
Yeah,
doing
I'll
I'll go with
again?
him. I'm not gonna let him go by himself.
Oh, can I loot the big giant tree that's like, chilling out in the doorway? Can I just see if he's got anything good I can take with me?
Potentially dying dragon.
Healed him!
Ally inside that's dead. I want to look at this body.
I healed
Yeah,
him.
I'm not gonna let Og go by himself, so Steven's gonna go with him.
All right, so-
Someone needs to stay with the dragon.
I'm near the
like-
dragon and the body, so I healed the
Okay.
dragon. I checked the body.
So yeah, I'd say either Callista or Phteven, since both of them have healing abilities. But we need to
Okay.
make sure that Niflheim stays stabilized, if at all possible.
Niflheim.
Nephilim, whatever.
Grin.
Niflegrim.
All right. So Og and Phteven are running into
I'm there too.
the keep. You're going into, or are you staying with Callista?
No, I'm going in.
Okay, you guys go in. Callista, yeah, you threw. We'll get you guys in a second. Callista threw the cure wounds on, and turns around to check the corpse of the giant, and Niflegrim takes a big breath and tries to get up, and can't, like, he's struggling to get up a bit, tries to get his head up, and he just falls to the ground.
Okay, another cure
And
wounds.
it just says, I can't. I can't.
Let me heal you some more, buddy. You can. I believe in you.
It won't do any good.
He's
Why
he's
not?
speaking in Draconic, like he's not
Why?
speaking. He's not speaking Common.
What can I do to help you?
The energy that was used cannot be undone. This mountain has lost something very important.
What's it lost?
It lost an energy and a peace that cannot be restored.
Do you know where it
It-
went?
I do not. The world is not safe. This mountain was one of many. And if they are all suffering the same fate, this world is doomed.
Do you know anything about the dragon from below that those terrible people that hurt you were talking about?
The dragon below must not come to this world.
What's his name?
The dragon below is all he is known as. His real name has been forgotten over the millennia. No one may know what his true name is.
This is Voldemort.
Gary.
You're not there.
The Gary.
How can stop him from
It's
coming?
It's Boblin. No.
Boblin.
It's
He
Sasha.
used to be a goblin. But
Bob
now he's
Goblin.
just a boblin. You must seek out the other seals
Where are
and
the other seals?
ensure that they remain intact, or this world is doomed, as I am doomed.
Help me help you. Where are those seals at that I have to go check on?
The seals are guarded by very powerful forces. Seek out the areas. Oh shit.
I didn't write this down in a monologue.
Seek the sources of great power on this continent, and you will find the seals.
It's real
Did he
vague,
say
but-
houses?
No. Seek out the areas of great power, the source of great power on this continent, and you'll find the seals.
Oh, so I imagine where we're already going.
Probably.
Is there any other tips or tricks or suggestions that you can give me to help us protect these seals and protect the world?
before you die.
Magic,
Yeah,
anything?
yes. Whatever you do, don't.
And he falls down dead.
Of course.
So
Of
unhelpful.
course, that motherfucker. Way to die, you piece of shit. But now to us.
Yeah, and as he dies, just the color like just slowly just like kind of fades from his body, and just kind of flies off into the wind, and you have a dead dragon on a mountaintop.
I'm gonna loot that body too.
I mean,
Well,
he's
it's
not
a
wearing
naked
anything.
dragon, so
He
Take some
finds
you
scales.
find some bones and some scales, maybe a tooth, an
You
eye.
can take some scales and make some fucking wicked armor out of it.
He does have an unprotected cave now.
This is
Ooh,
true.
good call. Good
You're
call.
100% going to that cave.
Which we should
That's-
probably bury him in, to be honest. But
After we check it out for, stuff that he's not
Yeah.
gonna miss.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
As
can't
that
steal from
is-
the dead.
All right, so that's happening with Callista. The Goliaths are just like trying to figure out what the hell is going on. You guys run in. It is a big, just like huge, like you guys saw the frost giants that were like 21 feet tall.
Mhm.
Cloud giants are larger. So
Mhm.
this place is just huge. Like the ceilings are probably like 40 feet high, if not higher. It's just a big hall. It's not like super like adorned in any like really like fancy way. Like, his clothes had the most adornment out of what you've seen. Just
Hard to
like
bring
laying
this
eyes on it.
furniture here.
Yeah, like there's like stuff exactly, yeah. IKEA doesn't deliver to Mount Nimbus. They've got like he's got like some like crudely made fabrics and drapery like that match like the symbols that were on his body. We'll have to retroactively do a perception check too, because no one asked. You see.
I'm just looking for Jadora. Like, I can look around the rest of the cave.
You're looking for
later,
Jadora.
but-
Yeah, you eventually find her. You knew that she went up in that window that was up there, so you kind of navigate your way through and find where she was. As you find a staircase that leads up, you see her at the base of it, just kind of falling down, and yeah, she's dead.
Okay. Figured as much.
There are no wounds on her body. Like they didn't like. There's no like puncture wound. No one slit her throat. No anything like that. She's just dead. Her eyes are rolled back. Her
I'm gonna go pretend like I'm checking her body, but actually be
Looting her.
looting her. But I want it to look like I'm.
He's gonna be whispering to her dead body. I fucking told you were a dumb.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing.
I could just
What-
see Nigel doing that.
Yeah, so I guess I roll sleight of hand.
investigate that body. Og, you gonna let him loot this corpse of your friend?
No, he doesn't know that I'm doing that. I am.
All right, then you sleight of
Roll a
hand and
sleight of hand versus
Og,
perception.
you can perception. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I'm gonna fucking perceive I'm there.
Sure, I'll roll a perception check.
All right.
17 perception to see if I notice him doing it.
Og gets a 48.
16.
27.
Fuck.
Right. Okay. So go ahead and do you want to like try and see what you found in front of Og
No.
here, or are you just gonna like try whatever she has and throw it in your hat?
Yeah, whatever she has and throw it in my hat.
Okay, cool.
Oh, didn't she have some kind of magical staff?
She had a staff. You didn't know if there was
Okay.
anything. I mean, the staff is there. It's by her.
So after I take the stuff off of her, I grab her staff, put it like across her body like that, and then lay both her hands over it, like across
Mhm.
itself. And
We're
then I was
burying
like,
her, We're
rest
burying
now.
her, Nigel.
Yeah.
We're not
Okay.
just leaving her up here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'll go carry the body out.
we're busy people. I don't know.
Og carries the body out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll
All
lay
right.
it down
So
by, Niflegrim.
gotcha. Okay. So yeah, as you're coming out, Og with Jidora's body, it was like right at the tail end of what when he was talking to Callista. So Callista, you see Og coming out with Jidora's body.
I looted the giant's body before they got back.
Sure. Roll an investigation on there if you're gonna do this.
Og doesn't give a shit if you loot the dragon's or if you loot the giant's body.
I want to see what's in that cave. I want to do now that the fuckers are not.
17.
Now that those guys are
kinda
gone
like-
and I'm not plastered to the ground, I want to see what's in that cave now that we found Jadora.
Once Og, make sure the dead bodies are kind of like situated. He's like we should check the cave.
Yeah, you, Callista, you don't find any, like weapons, armor, because it's this kind of the same thing with the frost giants. They're like so big that like anything that they had, you couldn't really use. He does have some jewelry on him, like he has a big old like friggin' necklace with something on there, and he's got some like big old rings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, put like two, or do like 3 jewel encrusted giant rings and like 1 giant medallion.
Okay.
And I'll figure out what that means later. Let's see. So everyone's going inside. This is what's happening next. Okay, yeah. The Goliath.
Og will check on VMAC real quick too, and just let him know we're gonna check cave, see if anything else inside.
Yes, I will join you. I don't know what happened out here. I've never seen anything like this in the years we've been on this mountain. What was that?
Magic.
Something more evil than I have ever seen in my life.
You're inside.
Oh, I he was in with us. Sorry.
You're inside with that. No, Og's going back in. And he was just telling them, hey, we're going inside. So yeah, the Goliaths will join you guys. You start looking through and trying to find what you can in this place. Everyone roll investigation, and I'll tell you what you find, if anything.
Let me see.
Dirty
18.
money.
17.
Cool.
Do. 18.
Cool. Did you roll, Callista? Did I just not hear it? 18. Okay. As you guys are looking through, you find as far as just like items in here in specific rooms, you find like different like jewels, minerals, jewelry, like things like that just collected together. Nothing like super stands out that you're like, man, I know that's like a big old friggin' ruby or anything like that. Yes.
Did we find? Do I see anything that looks like the fucking rocks or whatever that they were giving to them?
Oh, we'll get to that. You guys find the equivalent of about 400 gold, just in like gems and things that you think you can hawk or do things with. Nothing really in that pot and the things you found there is anything necessarily like magical. Nothing's giving off like a magical aura. You do see there is a room that had a bunch of flasks, beakers, just like glass things that you think are probably potions of some sort or something similar. There is one that is a reddish potion that is constantly, like there's no fire around it, but it is constantly bubbling, almost like it's boiling. There is a one that is in there that just appears to be kind of a grayish silver in color as well. When you're turning it over, it looks doesn't look like something you should drink necessarily, like very viscous and kind of like hugs the side of the glass a little bit. There is a little pouch that's full of some dust that catches your eye. And then there are a bunch of parchments and things like that in one room. They're scribbled, one of which does look magical in nature. So you do think that you got caught another spell scroll, but you can't quite tell just by looking at it right now what it is necessarily. So just looking around for useful items, you go around and found that kind of scattered about the castle and the keep here. You do get to one room that you open up. Not open up because I do that because like there's normal doors. It's fucking Giant's house. There are no doors other than one. There's just like big open areas. So you walk into another room and there is just like shit littered about. Like not actual shit, but there is just like stuff, like bits and pieces of things. Like looking through, you're like, what is it? Looks like parts of different animals, different like anything like that. You're like, what is all this crap? Just looking around, they're all in kind of piles, like thrown about. Like that one goes here, this one goes here. There are what appears to be some dragon scales around on a table. There are a bunch of like spiny spike-looking things. There is
the spiny spike-looking things.
You want to grab some of the spiny spikes?
Yeah.
Go for it. Let's say you get 5.
Go.
Let's see, you get 5.
Everything's segregated. Like
yeah, I'm getting
kind of like there's stuff on a shelf. There's stuff over here. There's like a little cubby here that's got like things there.
Yeah, let me grab the spiny things and some of those dragon scales.
Would
yes,
you
Callista.
say that all these little bits and pieces and parts look like they were possibly the tributes collected to the mountain?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, from what you guys remember when she's like, I need this and I can use this and I could do this,
harpy eggs.
then that's probably it. So yeah, I mean, you guys gave her a dragon scale, so that's probably this douchebag who's just like, I get all the dragon scales. The spikes, from what you remember, are probably the manticore spikes
Oh shit! Okay.
that she was asking you guys
How many
for.
of those did I grab?
5. Let's just say
Okay.
5. Let's not get greedy. And scales, I mean, looking through, Nigel, roll me a nature and we'll see how many scales you get.
Okay, I got a 14. God, well, come on now. 14. 17.
17. Let's say as you're going through all the scales, because you don't know how old all these are, you from that roll, let's say you get about a dozen that you're like, these look like good scales. These look like good dragon scales. But yeah, you can tell that. Let's see, that was Nigel. Let's say, here, let's roll this. Let's see who finds this other room. This will be fun. Okay. Callista, you're going through your searching rooms, and you go to one that you open it up and you automatically see like sky on the other end, like it's an opening on the other side of the mountain that's fairly big. And as you're looking through, there are kind of crudely fashioned pens and things like that, and there are some animals that are kind of like going around and react to your presence in here. Because you have seen some before, and again, it's one thing that Jidora asked for you, you recognize these things right away as more hippogriffs.
Oh.
So this guy's got a ton of hippogriffs. You don't know if he was keeping them as pets. You don't know if he was eating them. You don't know what was going on, but one of the tributes that she would give every so often was a hippogriff egg. So it would make sense that he has these.
That was harpy eggs.
As part of his.
Do they look mistreated or malnourished, or do they seem skittish and afraid?
Roll me a nature check.
Nature.
Do any of us
nature
see her walk that way, or can I roll?
I'm just kind of going like you guys are doing your own thing, walking around, and like you find this, you're gonna find this.
9.
9. You can't really tell. I mean, in par for the course for Callista, they're animals. You're not really sure how they're looking. They don't look like they're wounded. They don't look like they're, you can't, like, they're not malnourished or anything. They're just in these pens, yeah.
Creepy breeder hoarder.
Probably. The equivalent of a crazy cat lady, but with hippogriffs. Do you want to do anything in this room? You're gonna leave him?
Can I let him out?
You can let him out. You're gonna let him all
Yeah.
free?
I'll let him go. Let him fly free to the wind. Go make more baby hippogriffs.
Sure. All right. All hippogriffs are free. Let's see. Next up, let's do. All right. So I got Og and Phteven next. All right, Og. You're going down, and a lot of the staircases that you've seen so far go up, probably to all the windows and things you saw. There is one that you find that actually goes down. So you're like, that. Why stair go down? Exactly. So you start going down, and it's a pretty long walk. Like you're walking down these stairs for a while. It's just like a big old spiral staircase going down, big enough to allow this giant to walk down. And you finally get to the bottom after like 3 or 4 minutes of walking. And you look around, and there is just a big hole. It's not even just like a room that like, oh, this is where I put my stuff. It's just a big open area that was kind of spread apart like a globe that was underneath the mountain, and there is a big circular hole that is in the ground.
Chamber pot, is it?
I mean, you don't think anyone's doing any cooking in here or shitting. Yeah, you through me a perception too.
Okay. Oh, critical fail.
It's a big hole. It's a big hole. You have no idea how far down this thing goes, and it almost looks like it is outlined with something.
I'll have to ask someone smarter to look at this.
All right, you gonna collect the rest of the party, Og?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Find big hole. Almost positive, not chamber pot.
All right. So do you guys all go down?
Sure. Let's go see
Yeah, why
what
not?
Sure.
I found.
All right. You guys go down. This is like just looking down the hole. You can't see a bottom. There's no bottom to this thing. The outline that is around there, it almost looked like just from when you get down and you're just kind of looking and seeing what's there, it's almost like there are items that are placed all the way around this thing in almost a not like methodical fashion.
Symmetrical.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
put a nearby rock and cast light and throw it down the hole?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop it. Goes. Lights fading. Goes.
Oh, jeez.
It goes. No sound. Can't see the light anymore.
Is there anything we can tell about how it looked like there were objects placed around it? Like anything?
Absolutely. You want to go pick one up?
Sure.
Og, you go and pick one of these things up. And it's a fairly, pretty damn large spherical stone that is in your hand. That's about the size of a couple watermelons.
Oh.
Like it's pretty big thing.
Is it like one of those stones that they showed us earlier?
How many are there?
It's pretty similar. Like some of the one you picked up is it doesn't have the same hue. Like the one you got, I think I said was like almost an opaque, like blue or cobalt.
You said it was glowing, kind of.
A bit, yeah. This one, there's like nothing in it. It's almost like almost losing its form a little bit. Like if you like try to mess with it, it's like almost like shit is like kind of crumbling off of it.
This is the seal.
Oh.
This was the seal that has been broken.
It seems likely.
Seems like
Nigel,
could be it.
Can you put this in hat?
Yeah, let's put as many as we can.
How many are around there?
Let's take inventory of what all is in your hat. You have this giant fucking ice sculpture body now, right?
Yes.
Because your hat can carry, what did I say? 150, 180? What did I say? 150?
Yeah, 180.
Okay. Oh, you have a full body in there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, you
Okay,
didn't have a
thought it
ton
was-
of stuff in
I
there.
thought it was like a bag of
So I would
holding
say
where
the
they can-
body
Yeah,
is
sure.
like getting it to like almost near its maximum. If you try to fit, like, I would say could fit one of these in there
Okay.
before it's like there's like no more.
Okay.
You said
then.
it's like cracking, like it was breaking, right?
The
Or-
one you picked up, yeah.
Yeah. Let's find the nicest one and
Can
put that
we?
in the bag.
Can we like? Can I break it into like a smaller chunk just to hold on to?
say that, just to take a piece of it.
Yeah.
You try to break the one you did, and it's just like it's like almost a jawbreaker. Like you can't, like you're going at it for a while. You're gonna hit it with the knuckles. It's not doing anything.
Can you break it
No.
against another one?
You want to try to? You guys want to look through the rest of the stones that are there?
Sure.
Yeah, like see if
Okay.
there's something similar, and if we're having trouble with one, we could take another one that's the same and try and break them against each other. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
go ahead. Yeah,
Parts.
do an investigation. See if you can find the most pristine stone.
Ooh, nat 20 for investigation 22.
Oh, I'm whispering to my hat right now.
I'm shaking my head. These rocks don't have the special glow that the other one did. These rocks are dead.
With the 22, yeah, that's good enough to find like a really good one that is closest to the one that VMAX showed you that they
A
have right
little
now.
bit glowy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
let's just if we can't fit it in the hat, Og can probably.
Oh, we can
carry
still fit it
without
in
too
the
much
hat.
Yeah,
trouble.
I'll say that's the
Okay.
last thing that I'm going to allow in the hat because that thing's like close to splitting at the seams.
Mhm. It's bulging out a little bit.
It's engorged.
It's engorged. Yes.
Okay. That's pretty much what you find in here. Like there's no, like, there's like remnants of like food and shit like that you see and little things like that, but like no information on, I mean, I assume Callista shared some of what Niflegrim said already, but it doesn't like, there's nothing that you can see in here that has anything to do with seals or the dragon below. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Everyone retroactively throw me a perception check to see what you saw on these guys.
7.
19.
6.
Dirty 20.
All right. Nigel and Og. There was a, like as far as medallions or symbols and things like that, there is one thing that stood out to you guys that you're like that, if anything is like a crest or anything of these guys, it was this. It was a dragon eye, like a partially open dragon eye with 4 circles going around it. So it looks a little bit like that.
Okay.
I can't draw, so just there's that.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sharingan.
Where was that at?
A Sharingan.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was on these guys. So if there was like a medallion or they had like a crest or anything on them that appeared to be
Okay, and that's
at all
what I
uniform.
did the religion check on the symbols to see if I recognized that, but I didn't recognize anything, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what you guys find in this place. Are you gonna head out?
Yeah, if I don't see anything else, if we didn't find anything as far as, are we still in that room where I could find the only I got 3 of the 5 things that she said. I'm thinking as far as money. He took scales, and there's eggs of hippogriffs, eyes of an owl bear.
Oh, you didn't find any fresh ones? Yeah, they're all like if there were any there, they would have been rotted and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
You want
as
to go
far
back
as
to
like,
that room and see if there's anything else that was useful?
well, right. I rolled a 23 on my perception when we walked in there, and I didn't. I was just kind of seeing if there's anything else that I saw of value.
Yeah. Let me think. I'm trying to think what else I had for enemies on this mountain. There was a fairly large fang that stood out. You don't know what it's from,
Okay.
but you could do that if you wanted to take that, and then what else? Mountain. There were some. There's a pile of feathers.
Okay. I'll take the fang and the feathers.
Okay. Handful of feathers in the fang.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Cool. You guys. You guys walk out, and VMAC and the rest of the Goliaths are there. They're kind of just around the giant and the dragon, and VMAC sees you coming out and says, Did you find anything of use? And to explain what happened?
Weird big hole.
Large hole with the stones that you guys have been, I guess, not donating, but giving to them as tribute, surrounding a large hole with no end.
What do you know about the seals? The seals and the sources of great power.
Oh, right. Has she told us about that? We didn't. She was the only one there.
I assumed while you guys were looking around, she told you everything, and Niflegrim told you guys. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, can we just assume that Callista explains to VMAC a little bit of that as well, if you want to, Callista?
Yep. Give him the spiel that the dragon gave me. Dying Niflegrim told us of the seals and the dragon below, and what do you know of this? Have you heard anything about it?
We only know of what generally goes on the mountain. We don't concern ourselves with things other than that. I did not. Everything that happened in the last 2 hours is nothing I could have imagined happening in my home.
Long day.
He's what we with all of this that has happened, we will return to our clan with much haste to try to see if anything else is going to fall out from this. We will be prepared, and we will be ready to defend against whatever comes. What will you do?
I believe we will head back to
need to check in with
Poultry and
Lady Shrewsbury.
Lady Shrewsbury. Before we do leave, I will say that with this newfound enemy, we will most likely need your assistance more so than we did before. Are we...
Like, we needed it before, but now we actually really need it.
There you go. I'm sure there will be more to come. We will keep you informed. Can we count on you as a tribe if the time comes?
To help us save the world.
We will honor our word for what we have said earlier. This is something that we do not think that we will be able to confront on our own. You have helped us, and we've made an agreement, and we will stick to it. But we would very much like to hear that others and more powerful allies will also be joining us in this undertaking.
We will do our best, and I'm going to hold my hand out to shake his. So basically his pinky.
He looks over at Og and puts his hand out.
Og shakes his
hand. Ooh. All right, I'm not. That's fine.
Is it too cold up there to try to bury?
I mean, there's no dirt. It's pretty solid stone.
That's why we do a sky burial.
I mean,
we leave her out for the birds.
No.
You can, if you want to like put her under a bunch of snow, you could probably make that happen. But as far as like putting her under the earth, that's probably not going to happen at this point up here.
Maybe
you can leave her in.
She is a druid. She might not have minded like being like cremated to become part of one with the mountain.
Okay.
I guess Og will just suggest this. Like, should Og not comfortable just leaving bodies out, think we should maybe burn them, or probably couldn't drag them down mountain. So
Like I'm saying, sky burial. That's what they do in the mountains. You just leave the body out. It's not very respectful, but
no. Well, if nobody disagrees with him,
Well, now you know
strongly,
what happens to Nigel if he dies. Sky burial.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
sky burial. You
that's
just
what
let the
he would
vultures
want.
come and get you.
Okay.
That's what they do with the monks in the
try
mountains.
I was gonna try to build like a pyre for their bodies.
I'll help you collect wood or whatever you're gonna do.
I mean, you guys are on a mountaintop. There's there's not much you can find
Yeah.
to make like a big pie or anything. I mean, Callista could, magically
on
produce
fire.
flame and shit. Yeah.
That's good enough. Let's try this. I don't really care about the giant body that much, but
Fireball.
if we're gonna just be burning everything, we could just throw.
Yeah,
that
I was
on
gonna say
there,
that dragon's not gonna resist this. It's dead. It's gonna.
No, I meant the giant. Like I might as well, if we're gonna be burning all the bodies, throw the giant in there too. But Og cares much less about that than the dragon and Ghidorah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So big old funeral pyre here, burning the bodies.
Mm.
All right. They are burnt. So that's what happens up here. You guys found everything you're going to need to do. You start to scale down the mountain. I'm not going to have you do survival checks again.
Yeah, I figure we could.
Because that would be a filler, and I said we're not doing any filler. You guys get back. You guys get back to the Goliath camp, and then are you going to go straight to? Are you going to get down back to the boat so you can get back to Bark Hollow, or
No,
what
we're
do you-
going to Niflegrim's cave first.
Yeah, I think we'll probably spend the night at the Goliath camp unless we get there like early in the morning or something. But then hit up Niflegrim's cave on the way out, more or less.
Okay. Do you tell the Goliath that's what you're going to do?
We're going to tell them that we're not telling them we're going to that cave to get all the gold, but we're just going to tell them that we're going to stay the night and then leave in the morning.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Be right back.
Sure. I was going to say it just hit 10. Do we want to keep going a little bit, or do we want to call it and pick it up next time?
Let's just get off the island and then call it
Yeah, I'm
after
fine
that.
with going a little bit.
Get off the island.
Get off
bit.
the
Okay.
island.
Okay. Cool.
All right, I gotta
Um,
use the bathroom too.
Yep. Go for it. I will look this up really quick. All right. Going to the cave to find more stuff. Let's just. Oh my God. Where are you?
He was a Law and Order dragon, so he may not have like the typical piles of gold. I don't know what they necessarily covet.
Well, and that's the big thing for me sometimes is like you guys are on a mountainous island. Like what he's not going to necessarily find a ton of stuff.
I mean,
and there's,
Nigel wasn't there earlier, so he may have gotten a feel for.
yeah, he
there,
he
but-
didn't get a whole lot of investigation or taking in a lot of scenery in there, but he did. He was able to peek his head in. Where are those? There you are. There you are. Let's do you for 100. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get?
Doing.
6. Oh, I'm so happy that this DM guide has like a calculation for treasure.
Oh yeah, treasure table.
It's nice.
What's
Ooh,
weird? The weird thing
alright.
about the house is no matter what, I always make a circle. I never go back the way I came.
Full loop. Just checking it all out.
Yeah.
15. 15. Well, that worked out well. All right. 4. Where are you? 2. Huh. Well, that's boring. Don't do that. Ah.
Great. Apparently there's a remote control in my cooler.
Oh yeah.
That's where they go. Didn't you know that?
I heard something rattling around when I opened the opened the top, and apparently my daughter got a hold of the remote and shoved it in.
Full of like ice.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's like a little top layer, so you could put like food or whatever and zip it in so small, and then on the bottom is where you get your ice. It's just a small like little roller cooler.
Okay.
And I opened up the lid, and I was like, "What the hell is moving in there?"
Oh, so she stuffed in the top part. Okay.
Yeah, she stuffed it in the top part, and I'm like, "Well,
that's good.
cool. That's a good spot for it, hon. That's. I'll make. Good thing I've got my remote, because I'll need it so much." What the?
All right, I'm ready. I know what to do.
Of course you do.
Nigel always knows what to do.
Okay. So you guys, you get a full rest in.
So that night I wanted to. What did I take loot off the Aarakocra's body?
Oh fuck! I'll tell you later because I didn't think that far ahead. I forgot about it.
Okay.
A bunch of like berries and dead bugs or something like that.
It was a collection of her fingernails over 5 years. So I'm really glad you have that now.
Urine.
Okay, so then if that's the case, I think I'm going to call the party together and decide if we really want to keep this frozen body.
I think.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
Why do we need the frozen body?
Oh,
yeah. What?
Here's the thing. My feeling is that
Are we going to fantasy autopsy it?
They were very. If you could thaw it and question it, yes, but they were so powerful that I do not believe if we thought it, we could fend it off. I don't know if it's such a good idea. I believe we should behead it.
I don't think it's going to be alive for us to question once it's thawed.
Yeah. It's frozen and then been stuffed into Nigel's hat. I don't think it's going to survive.
Oh yeah, it's been the hat too long now. If it wasn't dead, it's dead now.
I suppose oxygen and suffocation and that.
Oh, it's like 15 minutes. You're dead if you're in the hat. So here's what I think we should do. I'm going to pull the body out. Og, my good friend, I want you to smash it to bits, so then we can find out if there's anything on the body.
Okay, out of character Zog for a second. Even if we don't want to bring the body with us, which we might, because we might be able to tell something by what race it is, or
that's why I'm saying we break
whatever
dice off.
Disfigurements it has. But we should also be careful about taking the mask with us, as well as the robes and anything on it. So the reason I suggested we just, while it's frozen, just stuff it in the hat is that none of us are smart enough or like high level enough to necessarily discern what may or may not be important on this body.
Well, here's what I want to do.
We have access to a camp with many high level artificers and, other people.
We do it
back tell that thing.
We do it back at Holtree.
The only thing I was thinking is ditch the body, take everything that's on the body, and then we have even more. We have 100 more pounds to.
We're going right back to the camp, Nigel. We're not.
I'm talking about going to the dungeon, the dragon cave, so I can put more stuff in my
things on the body from the body because it's all an ice
carry
block.
Quite a bit.
Okay.
If we get to the point where we can't stuff where I can't carry between Og and Phteven, we can't carry anything still. Then we can, discuss possibly dumping the body.
We have horses down there. We can just
and we have horses that we got from the Goliath camp who can also, carry stuff. I'm just saying, if it can't, obviously, if it comes to, carrying enough shinies, we can just dump the body and keep everything on it. But
I will say this: the hat doesn't like having a dead body in it. Just throwing that out there. And I guess back it goes. Sorry, friend. And then I guess I put it back in there. That was my main concern. The hat didn't like it. So
well, we'll get it back, as soon as I think it was like less than a day to get out
Yeah.
here from there.
Well, we know where we're going now, so we're not like walking all.
Yeah,
and the thing is too, I'm only carrying 94 pounds, and I can carry 270. So I've got some room too.
Okay,
Yeah,
and I've got a bunch of bags.
I can lift
I
500.
don't think I'm even close to my encumbrance.
No, I'm not. I've
So-
got a long way to go.
And as far as encumbrance goes, I'm not too like, you can carry 400 pounds and you have 401.
Yeah.
Like, don't go nuts and be like, there's this 12,000 pound object that I have on my backpack. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so you guys, I heard some of what you're doing. You're keeping the body. Is that
Yeah,
what's happening?
the hat didn't like it. I apologize to the hat.
I know.
Oh, I know.
See, this is what goes on with secrets in this game. Is I text Nigel every so often, and then he can choose to respond. Just like if Phteven would have any secrets, I can text him every so often. Like if the other week when I said, Callista, how often have you tried to steal from Nigel? And if she said, well, fairly often, then anytime Nigel gets something good, I could say, hey, do you want that? Secret text, do you want that?
Always. The answer is always.
Secrets are fun in this game. Okay, anyways. So you guys get back to the camp. You figure out what to do with the body. It goes back in the hat. You get your horses back. And you guys are pretty set to go. And you're going to go to the Dragon Cave?
Yeah.
You're in Niflegrim? Okay. Is Nigel still your regular tracker? Is he what's going on here? Is he going to get the advantage on any of those rolls?
Yeah.
As opposed to
That's
everyone
what we're
doing
doing. Yeah.
it? Okay. So, advantage, survival check, Nigel.
24.
Yeah, you find the cave. You remember where you're going to get back to it.
Yeah, 24. Cool. So we go in, and I guess
it's collapsed.
Oh no!
I'm kidding. No, you can go in. It's fine.
Like, you motherfucker.
Oh, I slide my goggles
Dude,
down.
I already rolled everything for it. No, we're doing it.
Okay. All right, we go in there and we just start. I mean, I guess grabbing as much gold as we all possibly
Perception
can.
to see
You don't know what gold is in there. Yeah, you
Okay,
check and see
okay.
what's in there
Here,
first.
fine.
I guess we all
Who
roll,
all's
take a look
who
around.
all's going in this cave?
I am going in.
Everyone's going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
I'm gonna
Sure.
tie up the horses at the outside the cave, but then go in. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get trapped.
Yeah, I guess I rolled 13 perception to make sure it's not trapped or anything when he leaves.
You're rolling what to see if who's not
I
trapped?
want to make sure
who's
there's
what
no
now?
there's like no traps or anything.
Oh no, no, there are no traps. You don't need to
Okay,
roll.
all right then. Okay,
He don't need no traps. He was the trap.
okay. Oops. All right. So roll perception.
Roll investigation, everyone, for what you're doing. now.
Investigation. All right.
Yeah.
12.
Dirty 20.
1.
Jesus.
All right, 1, dirty 20, 15,
12.
12. Okay.
I was gonna lie, but I can't. It's too good.
It's just perfect.
I just see shiny.
You're just too
Well,
excited.
I was gonna give you the full amount of this money, but now I'm not because
Yeah.
someone crit failed.
You fucker.
It's not all on Nigel.
I don't care.
I will give you. Yeah, that's more fun. We'll do that, and we'll do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that? 4 ways.
Curse for everybody.
What?
I said a curse for everybody. Cursed item.
You get a curse, and you get a curse.
You take the
Everybody got
doubloons.
the curse.
You take doubloons and your life is immortalized, but you get on a ship and all of a sudden when the moonlight hits you, you're decrepit and bullshit. And you have to, if you spend any of them, guess what? You got to get them back.
Curse of the Black Pearl. Anyways, you
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, I got it.
Fuck, what is this? This is 3. So you guys, you guys get the equivalent of. I'll just cut that off. you guys get the equivalent in gems and just like jewelry and all their shit that's in there. Some of it is just like still partially encased in rock, like he maybe found this or dug it out or did all this stuff. But the equivalent of all the stuff that you found, because you're not going to just find gold pieces. No one spends money here. And just things that you'd be like, oh, I could sell this. It's about 10,000 gold.
Holy
Each?
shit!
No, not each. No, I'm not that nice. I rolled some dice. I did the math in the book. It said more, but I didn't give you more. I give you this.
Yeah,
Because
10,000 still
someone-
feels reasonable. So
Your
I'll take
goggles were completely fogged up, and you didn't know how to get the fog out because Nigel doesn't wear glasses. So he just said, "Fuck it,
I
I'll
was
deal
about to
with
say, I'm pretty sure
and,
Nigel just started hyperventilating when he saw
Yeah.
this.
All right.
Who had the highest roll, Phteven?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you find some with everything that is thrown in here, like, and there's some just like bull crap or things that he's had that fell apart or just started to rot or things like that. There is under a pile of stuff, which is probably like, you know, bits of armor or clothing or things that he got from people that they either gave to him or they took from them. Or just kept their bodies or whatever. There is a very, very nice looking length of rope. So you say, I've got fancy rope. Yeah. And that's what you find in the cave.
So 10.
You looted the dragon that saved your lives. Congratulations, I guess.
He doesn't need it anymore.
Well, he wasn't going to
You
use it.
can't take it with you.
I say a prayer to Helm before we leave as I take this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Does he
Protect our
protect them?
souls. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does he protect them?
Ogfall is a
okay.
chaotic good deity. This is well within for the greater good.
All right.
The
So
greater good.
yeah, you guys make it back down the mountain. Nigel said
Tinkling
last
mysteriously.
episode he was done with this place, so I'm not going to make you fight anything, or will I? You make it down, Nigel.
Yes.
Survival roll to make sure you don't get lost. 'Cause if you get lost, I might make something.
21.
You're fine. You make it all the way down. You guys, after like another day and another rest that's not interrupted by a demonic fox that turns into a purebred Aarakocra, you guys
Purebred.
make it down.
Actually,
Actually, no,
white Aarakocra.
exactly. One more. Actually, okay, we did one to get to the cave and one moving on this. I need Callista, Phteven, and Og to do a survival check for your horses.
Oh.
Is
To
that
see if
survival
you-
or animal handling?
That's going to be a survival to see if
Motherfucker.
they
Animals, right?
14.
13,
fail.
14. Oh no. Callista, I'm very sorry to say this, but as you're trying to go down the mountain, you're just not having a good job of controlling your horse, and its foot falls into a divot and its whole leg breaks.
Oh!
And you fall down and you tumble. Let's do this. You tumble down. Do me a dex save. I just want to see how much you get hurt.
Is she within 10
No.
feet of me? She gets an extra-
15. Okay, I was gonna say a D8, but I'll put it down to this. You take 4 damage as you fall off this horse, as it just goes down. So anything that Callista's horse was carrying has to get divvied up from the other horses, and Callista, you're gonna have to ride with Phteven now. I assume you guys put the horse out of its misery,
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
because that's the only thing to do. Okay, so you have 2
Come
horses
down there,
now.
grab Miranda,
Poor
and tell her
horsey.
she's about to play her saddest show yet and slit the horse's throat.
No. Og sees him about to do this and just goes over there and
Number 1, it's a piercing weapon, not a slashing. So it's not going to slit anything. It's going to go like straight to the horse's eye or like head or something. So that's number 1. And there is no number 2 because it's dead. So you guys, make it. So Nigel is finding his way through everything. You can make it back to the boat. but you have 2 horses left. So I need Phteven and I need Og to do a survival to see if these horses make it back. And you're getting lower elevation, so
Oh, I'm fine.
9.
21.
9. Okay. The horse doesn't get injured enough to where it's gonna die, but like something's going on with the horse with the added weight and everything else. It just kind of pulls something and makes things a little slower. It is injured, but it's still able to get you guys where you need to go. It's
Okay,
just,
Og. For the rest of the way, Og's gonna dismount and lead both the horses, so Phteven can get on the horse with Nigel.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not on the horse. I got my fucking like movement ring. I'm popping around. I'm jumping
then,
around.
Yeah, then Callista's on the one.
he's got his beak down to the dirt and he's just like sniffing it and like
Yeah.
figuring out where to go.
Okay, so we'll say I'm assuming Callista's the lighter of between her and Phteven. So Callista's on the injured horse.
Yeah,
Phteven's
with the
on
I was
the
gonna say it's
non-injured one.
debatable, but with the armor, yeah, she's
Yeah.
definitely the lightest.
So
yeah.
Og will be leading them the rest of the way.
I like
with,
Og doesn't
Nigel
have
in front.
any real problem with most of Nigel's antics, but when it involves murdering a horse, that's when a line gets crossed.
Yes.
He starts looking around at what he's doing.
Yeah.
It was a mercy killing.
Yeah,
Og?
he's like,
Okay, you
Og like animal.
I think
None of-
when Og saw him getting ready to try to slit its throat with a rapier, Og was like, "No."
No, sir. No, sir.
okay, so you guys get back to the boat. It's been, God, how many days has it been? It took you a day to get up.
Mhm.
You did 1 rest. You did 2 rests. You did 3 rests. 4. This has almost been a week.
Okay.
It's been about 5 days that you've been on
That's
this.
not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So you guys get back to your little rowboat. Oh my God. I just figured out like you shouldn't have had horses because you were on a little like skiff. Oh well, fuck it.
It's like Dragon
It's a-
Ball
The
technology.
horses
We
were
had a
there when
capsule
we
for horses.
arrived.
Fine.
horses were
a
on the
capsule horse.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can say it's a skiff plus.
It's
plus.
fine.
Had
It's
enough
a
room to put
big
few
one. It's a
horses
big
in
old
the middle.
lifeboat. It's like
It's
it's more like
pontoon
a
boat.
yeah.
like,
It's a ferry.
with
It's
a
like a
rope
ferry. Yeah,
with
it's a
a person
ferry.
behind it.
It's fine. No, we're gonna replay this whole thing. You don't have horses. We're gonna go back. You landed on the island.
I mean, we could retcon it and just say that there was a small dock there or something. We want. It
so
is
yeah,
an
you-
island with people on it. It wouldn't be completely.
Would you
out of
really
character
call
for there to be a big
Goliaths
dock.
people?
fucking racist. You fucking racist. You know what? How many other races can I get involved at the Bark Hollow? Hang on, let me write some more shit down. Okay,
Bark Hollow, not whole tree. All right, cool.
whole tree.
Yeah,
Whole
there's
tree?
a hole in the tree.
That's the
Couldn't fucking remember it.
whole tree. I think it said
Whole
poultry. That's where the chicken Aarakocra live.
Chicken.
You know what? There's
And-
going to be a
and
whole
their
Erica
leader, the
Coke.
Colonel
There's going to be a whole
Sanders.
Aarakocra village now.
And
Yes,
still
there
none of
is.
them
Mine
gonna
is
look
dad.
like Nigel.
Spoiler alert. There's potentially one already. It just depends on if you get there or not. Guys, there are options. There's so much shit that I have written on here. It's just not on your map. So yeah, you guys get on the boat. Again, it's a day's journey to get back. You finally get back to Bark Hollow with the same clothes you've had on for 7 days. You smell like shit.
Pretty
And
right.
everyone is. So yeah, you get back. What's the first thing?
Oh,
They-
we go
like-
to Lady Shrewsbury like
Yeah,
immediately.
or her
absolutely.
We could-
retainers or whoever we can get in contact with easiest.
Okay. So you guys, yeah, you go to the main house. You let them know that you've returned. I mean, when the ship pulls in, word has pretty much came back that you guys have returned. She does have a couple different ships, but this is the one that they knew you guys were on. So you get to the main quarters, the main house. They let you in. They put you in kind of like a waiting area. They tell you that she's currently dealing with some other business at the moment, and you're just kind of waiting for word to go up at the time being. After a little while, you notice that your favorite gnome, Phteven, comes into the room you guys are in, and just says, I'm very happy that you have returned. It is how was the journey? Was it successful? Can we count on the Gathakanaki clan?
You can count on them.
Wonderful.
We killed some giants, kind of leveled the playing field, and then this happened. And I kind of I dumped the fucking corpse out of the hat. It's like, these fuckers showed up talking about seals and wanting to burn the earth to death.
He jumps back. He's like, "What? What is?"
And the dragon below.
I have many questions. Number 1, what is that? Number 2, why did that come out of your hat? Number 3, what is the dragon below? Number 4, what does that smell? Number 5,
and he just keeps like stumbling upon himself. Just
what is that?
You tell me, bud.
Well, it appears to be a very human-esque ice sculpture that appeared out of nowhere from your head attire. So that leaves number 2.
Does Callista have spell shape?
Does she have what?
Spell shape. No, so you can't like cast fire like all around it just to burn like the ice.
Mm-mm. I can do
it was-
thaumaturgy.
Oh, that's. Are you talking about like the wizard stuff? Like if they throw, that's more so to
not kill
negate
us.
friendly fire. If
I
there's
gotcha,
an
I gotcha,
AoE
I
effect,
gotcha,
she can move it around. If there's a fireball, it's not going to hit you or you or you.
Okay.
So what? This is a murdered person.
So it was a cultist that was talking about dragons and wanting to what would you say? Purify the earth
through
its destruction.
Yeah. And then he was about to. I started mouthing off of him like I do, and then they subjugated all of us, made us kneel, and then our good dragon friend showed up. Iced this motherfucker, and then he got blown in half. So that was kind of sad. But mission accomplished.
I heard dragon and prostrating, and I think I'm going to need to hear the full story. And Lady Shrewsbury probably will as well. So number 1, first and foremost, put that back in your hat.
So I just kind of and then put it right back on my head.
Number 2 is probably bathe.
And that would be wonderful. Number 2, the Lady Shrewsbury will see you. Please do not do what you just did to me to her. She may not want to see a murdered, frozen human body.
What if she recognizes some of the runes or the mask that the thing has?
Just keep it in your hat, Nigel.
Well, fine.
I think keeping in your hat this is a conversation for a later time.
Yes.
When all the details can be given to me in a very, very specific order, where we have the time to have me ask all the questions that I want.
There.
The Lady Shrewsbury may only have 1 or 2. So let's start there.
All right. So he walks out and leads you up some stairs to a main room, and he gets ready to open up the door, and the door flies open, and you just hear someone say, "This is bullcrap. I found that fair and square. That should be mine. I didn't agree to help these buttholes. That should be mine." And just like all this complaining, and this should be mine, and I found it, and why are you doing this to me? And this is complete BS, and blah blah blah. And someone walks out of the room and slams the door behind him, and it's everyone's favorite 15-year-old Quentin.
That motherfucker.
And he's sitting there, he's huffing for a second, and he looks to the side, and he says, "Of course
Quentin,
it's you."
Go fuck yourself.
Quentin, how goes it?
Well, let me think for a second. First there's this, and then there's this, and then there's a whole lot of this, and then there's fuck you too. And he turns around and starts walking away.
Don't walk
And
away.
he starts like knocking shit off tables and things.
Tell your mother I'll say hi later tonight when I fuck her. Nigel isn't very like witty, but
What's with the tantrum?
He turns around and throws a hand out, and there is a like little candelabra on the table right next to you that just goes like, just like goes throwing off to the side.
That's no way to treat your stepfather.
Jesus Christ.
He's down the stairs. He's bitching and complaining. And Phteven opens up the door and says, after you, I guess. And as you guys all walk in, he stops Nigel and just says, that kind of language is really not appreciated in the presence of Lady Shrewsbury. So
What, stepfather?
don't you know exactly what I mean?
So I just wink at him and like slap him on the cheek and then walk inside.
Okay. So yeah, you guys walk inside. Very open area. This is like her main study. There are bookshelves all over the place, tomes and maps laid out across the main table. It's in the center of the room, and then she has a smaller table that she is sitting at, kind of near the back of the room by the table. And she just sees you walk in and says, "Oh, I'm very happy to see that you've returned from your journey to Mount Nimbus. Please tell me, are the Goliaths willing to help
They
and
are.
keep the alliance?"
They are.
They are. But we encountered some issues that we need to make you aware of. In securing the Goliath's assistance and alliance for the future, we encountered this group of cultists that was very threatening and very, very powerful, that said that they served the dragon below. And the local dragon at Nimbus, Niflegrim,
yeah.
Came to our aid and came to our aid in order to stop these violent cultists that said they wanted to purify the world with extinction and destruction. And Niflegrim told us of one of the seals of great power had been broken, and that we needed to secure and make sure the rest of the seals were safe. Otherwise, our world as we know it will come to an end.
Have you heard of any of these seals that this Niflegrim spoke of?
I don't. Everything you've just said is I have no idea. You encountered another dragon?
Correct.
Yes.
That is.
And
Smaller dragon than Torlak.
Oh.
this was a
Like-
good dragon, but the cultists
nice
served
silver
him
Very
more.
dragon.
respectful. As long as we were respectful to him, he was very respectful to us. He, like she said, he protected us when we encountered the cultists.
The cultists had some sort of sigil, didn't they? That was the dragon eye Shringan thing.
Dragon eye with 4 circles.
I've never encountered anything like that. I have no knowledge of that. I can send Phteven and some of the other historians to look into this, but that is not anything that I personally have heard about.
Important, time pressing.
I'm sorry, Callisto, what was that? I only caught part of it.
It's important, and it's time sensitive. I think that all of these seals are in danger because the cultists are coming to release the dragon below.
Okay, please write down all you remember, and I will give it to my historians, and they can find out everything that they can. I'm very happy that you've returned. I'm sorry that the hardships you've encountered in the battles that you fought while you were there. I didn't think it would be anything as strenuous. But please, since you are back, do whatever you must. Please rest. Any services that you need from the estate are open to you. And there was one matter that came about while you were gone. There was a gentleman that came to us with a member of
a law enforcement and government establishment saying that there was a piece of property that was here and that he would like to have returned to him.
What was the gentleman's name? with the
He had
property?
paperwork that showed that this that the rightful ownership was to him. So we had to, I'm sorry, we
Your
had
snail.
to
No!
comply with the law enforcement, but a note was left for you and instructed to give to you. And she hands over a slip of paper.
What does the
Ooh.
paper say?
Who's looking at it?
I'm
I want to
looking
look at it.
Yeah, we'll all huddle up and look at it.
Okay. You open it up and it says, taking someone else's property is illegal. Don't you know that? And it has a little hyphen with a T, period.
Tom
D. Period.
Gerudo.
So I just fall on my knees, yell, snail. Snail! Oh, shit. I guess fuck, man.
Steven's confused as fuck.
Our snail's been stolen. Back.
Well,
So they took
Back.
Snail, but did they take our carriage that has already been converted? Oh dear.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I understand giving him the snail, but the carriage was ours.
The carriage was not of any interest.
So my
That was the paperwork that was given was showing ownership and property and documents of Snail.
But where's okay? So I understand the snail's gone, but is my carriage gone as well?
You would have to go check with Handsome. I'm not sure.
Hanson must be very sad to have lost his special friend.
I understand he had a hard time of it.
I'm sure he did.
Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring this news to you as you just came back from this endeavor. But if any travel arrangements, any transportation needs to be given to you for your next endeavors, I'm happy to supply it. But in the matter of Snail, there was nothing I could do.
Thank you, Lady Shrewsbury.
Please rest,
Well,
and if any, please rest, and if any services are required that we can give to you at the estate, please feel free to use the resources available.
Thank you, Lady
I
Shrewsbury.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you.
And
I crumple the note and throw it in my hat.
The hat just explodes.
the hat,
Too
it
much
goes
stuff
in there, and the note gets thrown out of the hat. Like
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I had to put this. Just hold it then.
All right. Yeah, let's call it there for the night, and then you guys can leave me some messages as far as what you want to try to do at the estate before you move on to anything else. So you guys went to Nimbus, you found out all the shit tonight. From what I remember, the next thing, because I need to know this so I can prepare it, the next thing you guys were going to do is potentially going to Prosperity.
I think we were going to do one of the side quests. So why don't we figure that out?
On a prosperity,
Yeah.
thanks to Allura.
Yeah, Elora was one of the women you rescued from Torlak's lair, and she wanted to see you guys and say thank you, and her family wanted to as well. So that was something that was on the docket. I just want to make sure I know where we were going next, so I can make sure and have everything prepped.
Prosperity.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Either that or Gold Cliff. We could go to Gold Cliff and I could stock up.
We've got Town of Prosperity, Gold Cliff, or Thave.
Prosperity is the closest geographic.
Firestein, with the air is there.
Prosperity is the closest.
Town of There. That's what it is. Thare. There was something. I don't remember. The town of There.
As far as because I was bullshitting that night.
Yeah.
What's the name of that town they're from? I was like, I don't.
I confirm.
There.
So they're from there. So yeah, Prosperity is the closest. And then Gold Cliff and there are probably equidistant from Prosperity.
Let's do Prosperity.
Prosperity seems fine to me.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So I will
Stop
definitely
button.
make sure and have that. Sure. Thanks for listening to people. Hopefully you can come
Hey.
back for episode number 4. And we'll see if anyone dies. Bye.